I'm a little young, but you don't know what I've become. Can't you see it in my face? But even living in disguise, where you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape. Boku no mirai wa dare ni mo wakaru nai. Mina wa boku o dame na yaku to omou. Kakami o mitsumeru boku o misakete iru. Kedo naka ni wa okina chikara kibo ga aru. Maybe I'm a little young, but you don't know what I've become. Can't you see it in my face? A demon living in disguise, where you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape. You can't escape. No one understood the world that I was making. Look me in the face and tell me I was faking. Maybe I'm a little young, but you don't know what I've become. Can't you see it in my face? A demon living in disguise, where you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape. What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let 'em burn it out. Sell 'em to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
evening, chat. I hope you're all doing Haktua tonight. I don't know. I've lost my mind. What is going on, guys? How are we doing this lovely evening? We've got you know what? Honestly, it's been kind of fucking slow lately, but I've kind of just turned on to the fucking, I'm swearing a lot in the first few minutes. Whatever, these VODs never get ads on them. At least post ads. But yes, I will gladly shill Mana Potion Coffee. What's up, guys? All right, so yeah, obviously, of course, buy Mana Potion Coffee at manapotioncoffee.com. Ooh, the lavender hot cocoa is back. But even better than that, I need to do the tea photos, by the way. I have all the equipment sitting here for it. Yeah, but I don't get it when like people watch the VOD because it gets demonetized. But yeah, tea is up. We did a tea in collaboration with Toxic, of course. Green tea for the Green Goblins, right? But yeah. We do got hot cocoa, right? But yeah. But I've been turned on, chat. Not by the goblin. I mean, yes, by the goblin, but also by other things. I've finally discovered why r/YouTube drama sucks so much. It really sucks. It's really bad, okay? I've been perusing it because like drama's been kind of slow, and as much as I've been enjoying Bo Blacks, I don't care.
Buy Bossman's coffee and suck UTBT.
Please buy those things, right? And the reason is it's so that way I could just do other things that aren't drama. That's really the gist of it. He was working it. But yeah, I've discovered r/YouTube drama as like a conceptual entity to farm for content. These are the most miserable people in the world, and you know the reason is that honestly I can't really care as much as they care. It's like we watch drama and we engage in the slop, if you will, but you know, these guys take it really seriously. They're really passionate, right? They're really fucking mad about everything all the time. And I think that might just be a Reddit thing, but fuck, I don't care. I just don't care. Yeah, it's been really interesting to watch like stuff like the Mr. Beast. I've been deliberately avoiding the Mr. Beast thing, right? But I'll lay it out. But this isn't that stream, right? We'll get to that in a little bit. I said we'd do some Onision on this stream. We'll do some Onision. Chat member mentioned
this is a certified hood classic.
Gregory James Wolfric Brian Julio Ricardo Montoya De La Rosa Jackson, the man of many legal name changes. Also, here's money for the demonetization fund.
He does change his name a lot. I still call him Greg. Mr. Breast loves Haktua. Do you think he'll go on the Talk to a podcast with the Tesla bot? Can we get Tesla bot on the Talk to a podcast chat? You know, for $30,000 you could own your own Tesla bot. And then you can have him talk to you. I kind of sound like Jar Jar Binks. Like the Hawk Tua meme sounds like a Jar Jar Binks line, you know? Can we get a melon for this stream? The melon's in the mail. But a chat member mentioned this diss track by Hunter Avalone. And it's dated. It's dated quite a bit, I assume. And so I'm interested to see. Was it Hunter Avalone who his girlfriend's like ex-boyfriend tried to kill them with like a gun? Is this that guy, or is that a different guy? I know it was like a leftist streamer, but was this the leftist streamer? Yes. Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure. I couldn't remember. I remember his like response to almost being murdered being really weird and like overly empathetic. And I mean, honestly, who am I to say how you should react to somebody trying to kill you? But like, you know, I usually wouldn't be so kind in how I'd word it personally. I wish people death in Minecraft for much simpler things. But yeah, there's a 4-year-old video here. Onision diss track, Onion Boy. I have old Onision content like this too, but I gotta be honest, I need to take it down because it's all terrible anyway. So wait a second, what the fuck? I'm almost certain my music video starts just about the same as this. Dude, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? The music video I did that was a diss track at Onision was literally nearly identical to this. And it is also 4 years old. What the fuck? These opening shots are nearly identical. What the fuck? You have a diss track out on Onision? No, I gotta take it down. It doesn't exist anymore, Xylee. It's gone forever. No, everybody had, like, I think everyone had the same thought when it came to clowning Greg. I demand it. But it's like all the same 5 jokes.
Narcissistic scumbag name is like an onion. Roasting him so hard he'll turn into a funyun. Makes you all cringe like a big scaly bunion. Underage girl is knocking, you say come in. Heard you got a new girlfriend, saw she's 11. Saw her on your online form, you rated 7. YouTube career in flames, I see you sweating. You're gonna go to jail, sincerely Chris Hansen. Back in 2000.
You know, one of the weirdest moments in internet like lore, in my opinion, is when Chris Hansen entered the online space. Xylee, I'm not showing it. Period. End of conversation. Right, but it's like Chris Hansen entering the online space was weird, right? Like everybody was like, "Oh, he's going to jail. He's going to prison. He's going to prison." But the fact that it was so early in was just like it was all public. It was just Chris Hansen just ripping ass for no reason.
2009, your views were sky high. Thought you couldn't fall, but you had to film your ex cry. Now you're just a broke guy, all alone except Kai can hardly even get by. It's just you and your trans.
We don't get anything around here. If we don't get the watermelon and now this. Chat, I'm a deadbeat father. You're lucky I show up.
Acting like the victim, really you're the predator. Hunting, then you pick them, switching up your character. You're uglier than Schumer, you're just a freaking boomer. I heard it ain't no rumor, you're a child groomer.
That's insane! You know, like, Onision's developed this humongous, like, hate group that just despises him for legitimate reasons, right? But, like, the stuff about, like, all the child grooming, like, the fact that, okay, so if Onision groomed a child, which is probable, right? It is outrageous that we talk about it so openly, and it's just a gag for most people. But it's been so long now, I don't even, I don't understand how people can clutch as many pearls as they do. Like, Onision is a pathetic, sorry loser, okay? And that's all he really is. But there are people who legitimately clutch pearls about it 24/7, and I can't do that anymore.
Onion boy, you're treating girls' hearts just like a toy. Onion boy, your destruction will enjoy. Onion boy, you're acting insane, but it's all a ploy. Now you're in the basement, can hardly even make rent. You wanna be a man, but you're onion boy. Posing as banana
bananas like a fruity homosexual. Dodging feds like Indiana, you ain't indestructible. Throw yourself in the Atlanta, you're really combustible. You're cutting down your wetlands like a killer named Hannibal. You're arrogant, D-bag, drowning in kombucha. Looking like a freak and kinda fat like Buddha. Lost your Patreon and there went all your Gouda. Thinking that you're God, keep smoking on your hookah. Back when you were
If I wanted to be disappointed by a man, I'd resurrect my bio-father SMH.
younger but still a legal adult. You got on MySpace attempting to make a cult. Pretending you're religious, your brain is missing ridges. Manipulating women trying to get results. Adopt them, then you lock them in, you cock them, now you're wallowing. I don't think that you understand the situation that you're in. The years in prison for
It was such a, this is such like an artifact of a bygone internet era. You know, it was like people made comparisons that Onision was like Charles Manson. Okay? Like that's what we were at, guys. I want you to put into perspective how insane that is, okay? That was 4 years ago. That's pre-pandemic. It was a different world.
and it's looking kinda close to 10. My videos are better than yours even when they're buffering. Onion boy, you're treating girls' hearts just like a toy. Onion boy.
I feel like in a different world, Hunter Avalon would have been a Minecraft YouTuber. He has like the Minecraft YouTuber build, you know what I mean?
Onion boy, your destruction will enjoy. Onion boy, you're acting insane, but it's all a ploy. Now you're in the basement, can hardly even make rent. You wanna be a man, but you're onion boy. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching.
Okay. Interesting. Hear me out. You have dressed in a maid costume, have embarrassed yourself on stream. You roleplay on the channel. The very least you could do is show us the diss track. No.
Sometimes I miss the era of YouTuber diss
I like
tracks.
making a joke of myself, but the problem is that like this, like when I do bad art that's old, it's like shit, right? Like it's not funny, it's just bad. Like my student film is funny because it's so catastrophically bad.
How can anyone compare a time where we have
Oh yeah, Hunter Avalon is the fucking why I left the left, or like the why I left the right guy, right? He did that. It's okay to be young and cringe. Yeah, it was, but it was also 4 years ago, right? So does he put those music on? Does he put that on fucking Spotify? But okay, so I went over it in a commentary video here, chat, right? He has a whole music channel. That's a yikes for me, dog. Right? I went over a little bit about this on a fucking commentary video. But Onision had came back, and with that, he's produced like a series of videos. Totaling... Wow, that's 2 hours, 45 minutes. I think I might jump off a bridge. Holy shit.
I had little to no contact with Greg.
Buddy, the problem is that when I was on the phone with my Aunt Kelly and my...
Wait a second, what's it say? For legal reasons, consider everything in this video is from a perspective and or is alleged. Use facts/evidence and think for yourself. I'm going to go and keep myself safe now. That's it. I was Xylie's one bad day. Goodbye forever, Diesel. I'll see you later tonight, Xylie, after I get off stream. Oh, shit. Boss keeps taking people out. Someone stop him.
To no contact with Greg.
Don't worry, I will spell your name right in the note, Diesel. Dude, everybody spells diesel D-I-E-S-A-L. Like, bro, what's going on right now? Like,
The problem is that when I was on the phone with my Aunt Kelly and my mom, you threatened to kill yourself in the background, so that's 2 witnesses.
You know what? No, you're gonna listen to me.
Here she is again, slandering Onision, fabricating.
why's he got... Wait, this is a year old? This is a year old? I ain't watching all that. It's a year old. It's old news. Okay, he's got one from 11 months ago. All right, fine.
I
all right.
never knew.
A slanderous TV show was made about Onision years ago by an assortment of known criminals, liars, drug dealers, scam artists, stalkers, adulterers. All right. One of these things is not like the others, guys. I feel like adulterers and liars shouldn't be in the same category as criminals, drug dealers. I don't, scam artist is a pretty vague term, so we'll just chalk that one up to a pee pee poo poo situation.
I could find a guy as great as Onision until I met anyone other than Onision. Then I realized that
Onision has been anti-drugs, anti-rape. I feel like the default position on like rape is that you're anti. So I feel like it's kind of a red flag when somebody like goes around making videos saying that they are anti-rape or anti-abuse. I feel like it's like the default, like it's not really something you need to specify. Anti-Christian, wasn't he pretending to be religious at some point? Yeah, but it was like a religion that was like devoid of like a higher being. It was like some like weird knockoff LaVeyan Satanism crossed with a weird moral code about like self actualization through veganism. Have you read his books? I've read like 2 of them.
Onision was kind of insane, yeah. There's something not right about that guy. Everyone, oh.
Then Onision removed people from his life for them being hauled away by police for admitting to being drug dealers / cocaine abusers, for committing crimes, etc., etc. Someone did not handle the rejection well. Why is he... Why are we wording it like this, buddy? Hold on, I got a text. Why is them being written odd? Yeah, I don't know why. He might have re-uploaded this. Look at the for blah blah blah. Right? Either that or it was a spelling error and he was just lazy.
Around me warned me not to watch Onision. They said he
Pardon the grammar, I'm stupid sometimes. Maybe it was that.
brainwashed me into loving Onision.
Chris Hansen, a known criminal, a known adulterer. Oh. And a man with a dead career thanks to being associated with someone's wrongful death was all too excited to exploit Onision and defraud me too. Defraud? Defraud is not the adjective I would use. What are you talking about?
All of those people mysteriously disappeared. Now I don't remember what they said. Onision's videos are the best in the world.
And yeah, the adulterer part for Chris Hansen. Who gives a shit if Chris Hansen cheated on his wife? Do we really care if Chris Hansen isn't a faithful husband? I feel like that doesn't really matter.
One else was dead. It's Onision, not Onisha, not Onsion, not Onion Son.
Millions believed his bullshit, and Onision was socially murdered.
His name is James, not Greg or Greg. Stop calling him Gorg, a freaking gaggle.
Stop calling him Dude, he's really fucked up when people call him Greg. Hansen's first money puppet.
Onision, not Omnisha, not Onisa, not Creep or Groomer. Whatever you heard bad is always just a rumor.
What wasn't Shiloh crazy though? I'll say that. Like, wasn't she like cuckoo, caca, bananas? Like, didn't she basically abuse her position with like Chris Hansen. Doesn't she hate Diorio too? Yeah, because a bunch of from what I remember, the commentary community started calling out Shiloh on some insane shit that she was doing during the time. I'm again, this is like 4 years old now, so I don't fucking remember. But I'm not even gonna claim to be it. Listen, I don't need to do fucking in-depth critiques of the Onision hour-long documentary here.
He's Onision, your neighborhood friendly
Her face. Her face.
Onision, he's your best friend. If he's the only friend you got. If you had more friends, they would be much better.
The grown-ass woman seen in the photo who once accused her mom of beating her and guilted Onision into saving her from her mom, kicked out repeatedly by Onision when she behaved inappropriately, was called being a liar / conspiring perverted bullshit. Like, okay, this is like the example of why Onision couldn't concoct a coherent response to save his life, right? Because the language in some of these bullet points, right? Okay, let's just completely throw out the fact that this is Onision for a minute, right? Let's pretend that this is the first time we've come across anything like this, and we're just like exploring this drama with a guy who's like, you know, quote unquote Me Too'd or whatever, right? This like bullet point is a red flag, right? And here's the reason why, right? Because earlier in this, he was talking about people like Onision has quote unquote strong moral values, right? I don't think he actually follows those things, but he presents himself as such, right? He's like somebody who's like straight edge, for example, right? So things like being a liar or conspiring perverted bullshit, right? Being a liar isn't really that obscene of a thing. Many people are liars, right? There's not just being a liar is a very vague statement, right? It could be everything from like, did you eat the cookies to like fucking, did you hide the body, right? So it's very strange wording. Conspiring perverted bullshit is also a really loaded sentence that you shouldn't use in a response video, okay? Like, again, it's just like another example of like, oh, this language is like really weird, and that a random stranger passing by this would read through that this is like a loaded statement from some psycho person. Also, yeah, this is the individual who is suing Google and YouTube, right? I don't think this is gonna pan out in a way like Google and YouTube aren't going to be the ones receiving anything here, right? The blame is gonna end up on Greg. But yes, she is suing Google and YouTube on top of suing Onision.
If there's no competition, no competition, no competition, no competition, no competition. Enjoy the show.
I remember I reached out
Doesn't he have kids? Yes, he has 2 kids, I believe. 2 kids.
to him quite quickly. He was easy to email. He always put his information right there under every video.
So what you just saw there was Shiloh
What a dated comparison. What a dated comparison. No fucking way. Fucking it's fucking Carol Baskin. You know, Shiloh does look a little like Carol Baskin. I'm not gonna lie, but that's so funny. You know what makes it even funnier, right? Joe Exotic's the one in jail, not Carol Baskin, okay? Not Carol Baskin. So this comparison doesn't help him at all. Like, did you guys see Joe Exotic on Fortnite Friday? Joe Exotic called into Fortnite Friday. He was on with the fucking Connor Eats Pants. Did you see that? Hold on, let me pull that up. I'm gonna pull that up, chat. Here you go.
I worked at Zoo from 6 in the morning until midnight every night. Some of those cages, some of those
So
cages were 2 acres.
I can't really give too much of a fuck about this, right? Because the story is kind of all said and done. But like, dude, Connor, what the fuck? What the fuck? This is such a what a waste.
Big.
My job is really hard. My job is hard. I work hard every day, bro. I get it. I understand. I like totally.
Streamer claims job is hard work. I'm sorry.
What did you see that you didn't like?
I just thought that the Tigers could have been treated a little bit better, is all. And I just thought it was
what was wrong?
I don't know.
Tell me what was wrong.
I don't know, man. I don't remember. It's been a couple of years. You're right. I'm a shit
Well,
interviewer.
don't accuse me of abusing my Tigers if you don't know what the hell was wrong.
Yeah, don't accuse me of abusing my Tigers if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, I gotta give Joe that, right? Like, you can't just make a claim and have nothing to back it up with.
You know, there's a reason that the allegations were there and that they were presented that way. Like, what reason would Netflix have to present all that in that way if there wasn't a bit of a story
like
there?
a drama?
That was to pass the Big Cat Safety Act for Carol.
I don't believe that. I don't think Netflix was in the pocket of the Big Cat Safety lobbyists.
For Carol, but okay, well, isn't her husband actually alive anyway? I forgot to even mention that.
No, you are so fucking far behind on information.
Wait, I thought
do some homework before you call me again.
I thought he was alive. Is he not alive? Am I wrong?
Dude, imagine just being Joe Exotic and you're like calling into Fortnite Friday streams, bro. Like what? Like what the fuck?
Contacting me for the first time. A popular lie online is that I ever encountered Shiloh before she was 17 and a half. The email they posted in the Discovery Plus documentary series points out that the first time she contacted me...
Listen, was the quality of the documentary really going to be good? I mean, they had Edwin in it. That's it. That's the whole joke.
was literally when she was 17 and a half. In Washington, the age of consent is 16, so you would...
No, well, actually, this Onision, that's no better. I don't really want you well actually the age of consent. It's kind of cringe, dude.
Think there would be no problem. And in Canada, where she was from, it's also 16. So
hey, you know, fucking everybody says I'm a pedophile, but here, you know, I'm technically I could pork her and nobody's gonna fucking bat an eye. I know I'm just saying it's fucking legal where I am, buddy. I win.
So again, 17 and a half, someone who's 7 years older than her, that's what the outrage is over. Someone who's like,
hey, you know, I was only into my mid to late 20s fucking a 16, 17-year-old girl, you know? I only have my college degree and she's, you know, finishing up her junior year. That's basically an adult. That's an insane statement, dude. What are you talking about?
7 years older than someone who's 17 and a half dating legally. And Discovery just confirmed that she was in fact that, as if you look up her birth date, April 25, 1993. December 2nd, 2010 birth date, April 25, 1993. So everyone who says that Onision was ever with Shiloh before she was 17 and a half is a blatant stone cold liar. People were stupid enough to put the actual emails in their documentary proving my case.
I felt comforted. I felt like I had a friend. I love you.
You know, here's the thing: if they slandered you, Onision, and you're such a litigious Andy, go take them to court. You have such a consistent, strong case. Okay, what are you doing? Like, you want to win? You want to get? You know, you'd be vindicated, right? If you go to the court, they understand your position, and you show them that you're not a predator or whatever the fuck.
I was 17 by the time he said that he loved me and he was getting a divorce.
I was 17 by the time he said, implying they didn't first talk. Implying they didn't first talk when she was 17. Pretty heavy. Wait, what? Is this worded incorrectly? I was 17 by the time he said, which implies that they were talking before she was 17. That's what that implies. Implying they didn't first talk when she was 17. Yeah, that implies that they talked when you were younger, which means you were talking to them when they were a minor. So, I don't understand. This doesn't prove anything. In fact, it just makes it sound like he talked to a kid. That's it. Like, that didn't change anything.
he was 25.
Okay, so she says she's 17 by the time that I said I loved her, implying that she wasn't 17 when she first spoke to me. So right here,
yeah, okay, so then he just worded that weird.
A less blurred out version of the other email you saw. She says, I'm hoping that the subject of this email got your attention. I just wanted to say a big thank you. Okay, so this is obviously the first email she ever wrote to me. She said, I literally almost killed myself the other day. I hope you're keeping something straight. I don't know. I saw I'm a banana.
Okay, why do you just not have these? Do you just not have these? Like, imagine if you could just show it on the video. Like, if Shiloh has it and this has been like a legal back and forth and constant, but why don't you just show me the email? Like, this is so blurry, I just can't even tell what's going on.
Anna on TV. Obviously, this is the first email she ever sends me, and it says, on Thursday, December 2nd, 2010. Yet this woman actually has the nerve to say,
I was 17 by the time he said that he loved me and he was getting a divorce.
I was 17 by the time he said he loved me. This is implied.
Literally leaves out she is a homewrecker and said, I love you first to the buddy. But, okay, so what happens when, like, you know, she's flirting with you? Do you just go, well, I'll just accept this compliment with no reneging of the advances? Like, if you're married and you love your wife, doesn't it, like, you have like a personal responsibility? What, like, it's like the whole thing. It's like, sorry, honey, I didn't mean to fucking sleep with the waitress from Denny's. I just fell into her pussy when my penis was erect. Like,
slander. As you can see right in front of you, the same email they used in the documentary, ironically proving my case and not theirs. Also, this is the email, right, that they feature. As you notice, it looks like we had a conversation before, right? But you don't see, like, initial contact, except you do see an extremely blurred out email here, so I guess they don't want anyone to see what she actually said. So my question is, Discovery, if you are blatantly leaving out the first email, are you not intentionally omitting facts for the sake of aiding and abetting a profitable but undeniably slanderous agenda?
Hours later, I get a call from a Washington state number, and there's Onision.
Do you not understand why you're a piece of shit?
You're really enjoying this.
I am, actually. I'm enjoying seeing a scumbag get his ass handed to him.
At that moment, I realized...
This guy just said he got a phone call. Okay, so here's what happened. It was an actual live stream. I don't know why he's talking about phone calls. Maybe he's talking about Skype or something. It was a live stream.
it was a live call that was... It was a stream that was... It was a call that was live streamed. Are we gonna be pedantic about it? Like, bro... Dude, Greg is so old. All these, like, movie references thing is, like... Boomer.
I can...
Reporter gets fired from Newsweek for trying to exploit molestation victims, then gets hired for Discovery Plus. Onision, I got very bad news for you. Writers primarily work on contract, and he's written for, like, the Rolling Stone, so... Sorry. You lost, actually.
Cherry pick what he wants to include, but there was a reason I was calling him a scumbag. Listen to this. You're talking about people who were violated as children, and you're like, do you think they'd want to talk to me? Fucker. Like, you're a scumbag. Why would they want to talk to you? What do they have possibly to gain out of reliving horrible shit their child molester dad put them through? You piece of shit.
Okay.
That's a zitty looking.
What are you, dude? You just clip chipped. All that was you ranting and yelling at him. You didn't even let him respond. So you don't even know what he had to say to that. Like, we don't even know what he says to that, right? Like, Onision's trying to quote unquote take him to task for asking the Onision victims or asking people for literally doing his job. Yeah, journalists have to ask hard questions that make people uncomfortable. It's their job.
Ridiculous shirt wearing.
His shirt is ridiculous. I mean, I actually kind of like it, but it is ridiculous.
What shirt is that? It just leaves out that he was trying to have people who were molested or raped relive what they went through.
No, he's a journalist and he's covering a story and he's like, hey, I'm asking you about your rapist. Are you comfortable with us having this conversation?
Is a certified hood
I have
classic.
conversations
Listen
like
to
that
the
too.
op block while I cooked, listening to you while I eat.
Very base philosopher. But it's just like, that's what a journalist does. What should he, what is he supposed to do? Just listen to how they feel? Like, we need to get to the brass tacks here.
Hands of my father. He leaves that fact out and tries to intentionally gaslight me, making me look like the irrational one when he's the one.
See, like, Onision, like, for some reason, people portrayed Onision as, like, a threatening figure a few years ago. But he's really not. Like, it's so, like, baby. Like, I can't even, like, I don't, like, he's like, like, it's pathetic the way he's talking, dude. Like, it's just, what are you? Like, who gives a shit what you have to say? You sound like a, not to be that guy, but he sounds like a beta male, right? Like,
one who is trying to make victims relive horrible experiences so he could make more money. This guy is a certified scumbag.
That's what a journalist does, you doo-doo ass pee-pee poo. Like, I don't...
This guy, the executive producer and consultant on Onision in real life. As of today, I'm no longer an employee of Newsweek. Shortly after, he had this interview.
Yeah, he's no longer an employee of Newsweek. I mean, you could just... People, like, journalists get churned through papers all the time, dude. That's, like, really normal.
With me where he tries to get me.
It's why they're all contract workers. Why everybody has, like, a fucking Substack now.
People who were victims of rape, molestation, to interview with him so he could make a pretty penny. Victims of Randy, who he now is...
You know what? Whatever. If you think I'm a scumbag for asking people, like, questions that they don't want to answer, then sure, I'm a scumbag. Whatever. I don't give a fuck.
In a documentary with corruption to its core. And the slander here is the gaslighting, where they intentionally leave out what the interview was actually about.
911, what are you reporting? Hi, there's a person who's been stalking me online and they just showed up to my house. He's yelling things at me through the door right now. Okay, and what, do we know his name at all? It's Chris Hansen.
Oh wow, look, no trespassing sign right here. So Discovery Plus is now openly showing Chris Hansen violate Washington state law by trespassing onto my property. He knows very well.
Well, technically, if he's still on the street, he's not on your property yet.
Not welcome on my property, yet he is filming himself commit a crime. Look at him just walk by it like it doesn't even matter. Punishable by either 90 days in jail or a $1,000 fine. For
okay, so why didn't you press charges on Chris Hansen for trespassing?
Up to a year in jail, $5,000 fine. So Chris Hansen, and who is that behind?
What, like, why, like, if he's like doing all these things and it's like impeding on your non-aggression pact, you ANCAP, then like just fucking like, why didn't you press charges when it happened? I don't.
Him. Okay, the dude right here, just to the right of him, your left, his right, is named Mike Morse. He's a man who's gone to court for sexual assault and or harassment of...
Wait, what? Wait, so it's the other guy he's saying did those things, but then he's like making...
Morse. He's a man who's gone to court for...
That was like, that's a like very maliciously edited clip that he just did right now. That's so maliciously edited.
Sexual assault and or harassment of women. They actually took him to court for that. Here he is, a very well-reviewed personal injury attorney.
Yeah, so it would make sense to have an attorney on set if they're gonna do exactly what Chris Hansen did. That's like 100% on brand. Like, there's no like, you should have that there. Why are you bisexual? I'm not bisexual.
From Southfield.
Why are you gay? What happened? What happened in the op block tonight? What up, op heads?
Michigan. Court reinstates sex assault lawsuits against Mike Morse. This is 2019, before Hansen came anywhere near me. 5th sexual assault complaint filed against attorney Mike Morse. Now you might think, oh, this article up here, there was an accuser that lied under oath, according to this article. And yet down here we have 5 women coming forward.
And I'm not denying anything. I believe I'm telling you I don't know.
So because because the attorney's a piece of shit, you know, this is a really bad situation for them. Like, bro, it's like the attorney being a piece of shit, which, you know, is par for the course for attorneys, right? Am I right, guys? Right? Like, an attorney's gonna be shitty. But I just can't imagine like the comparison. Hey, because this attorney's done shitty things, he's being shitty here. You are bilingual, little bro.
Right, as you can see here, it says Mike Morse confessed to groping women. As you heard from that tape, he's apologizing and admitting to what he did. And that is...
Why are you biannual? Why are you bicentennial?
The man that Chris Hansen brought to my house, ignoring no trespassing signs. When he came up and knocked on my door, my family was inside. A small child and my significant other were all inside being
A
terrified.
small child and my significant other. Why'd you word it like that, Onision? My kid, my daughter, my son, and my partner were in the house. Why are you saying a child? That makes it sound way worse, actually. It's like a random kid is just hanging out in his fucking living room, bro.
Terrorized by this creepy old pathetic prick who brought a sexual groper who had been taken to court.
Sexual groper. Well, I mean, it kind of sounds like the courts haven't decided. So it seems like that was kind of up in the air.
For violating multiple women. He brought that man to my house and he got the cops called on him. The cops showed up and they told him
the thing is that like even if this was like just not okay, let's say this wasn't Onision, this is like just a bad video, right? Like it's like, you know how I always talk about like, oh, you need to have like a commentary channel in your back pocket so that way they can nut check you on videos like this, right? Like this is an example of a video that wasn't nut checked by anybody.
That he had to leave. In what way could you possibly side with the corrupt, disgusting old creep Chris Hansen, who broke
Easy,
Washington
because the other side is you.
state law without any...
Yeah, so then why didn't you press charges on Chris Hampson? Hampson. Yeah, why didn't you press charges on that?
doubt whatsoever.
People online freaked out when SS Sniper Wolf took a picture of the front of Jack's Film's house. So where's the outrage from Chris Hansen bringing an accused sexual predator to Onisia's house? Ignoring no trespassing signs. Yeah, the attorney was standing in the back with his hands in the groping position, coming in to go cop a feel on your breast, Greg. Okay? Greg's lucky he didn't open that door. I mean, I saw that attorney. That attorney was going to grab Greg's tits. All right?
Is there anything you want to tell me?
He's hurt these people, and that's just not right.
All right, allegedly that's my father saying that I've hurt people and it's just not right, but he wouldn't know. So why are they using him as a witness? Because I haven't spoken to...
You know, it's really weird how Onision kind of like has these weird, his psychology is interesting, right? Where he kind of compartmentalizes his mind, right? It's not my father, it's this random guy, right? Like his son stopped talking to him when he was 19. So Greg stopped, well, like, why is it like just another guy?
To him since I was 19. Here's this.
Dude, Greg is like such a boring version of a psychopath, even if he is. You know, like this could have just been like a really fun true crime video about a guy who chopped up women, but no, we just get like a bunch of soy YouTube videos. You could have been a murderer, Onision. You could have left a legacy.
Article that my father partook in. Here he is saying he can't remember the last time he spoke with me. And here he says the last time he spoke, Greg was assigned to Korea. Okay? Just PSA, not a great look contradicting yourself in the same article so blatantly. So if the last time he spoke, I was assigned to Korea, When was I discharged? You go to onision.com, you click on Air Force, scroll to the bottom, click on this. It's my discharge papers. And right here it says effective date 31 October 2008. So it's fair to say I haven't spoken to my father since at least before 2008. And when did the Shiloh thing go down? Right here. First time I ever spoke to Shiloh. All right, there you have it. Proof when Onision first spoke to Shiloh. That would be December 2nd, 2010. Okay, so it says Randy Daniels says he's hurt these people and it's just not right. You're talking about Shiloh, who I didn't even count.
We'll see how that statement works out, Lal. Nobody knows if he has a body in his crawl space. Onision will never stand where JF stood. Thank you, Hood Ornament, for the 5 gifted. Very base. It's nice to see the op block provide.
Until December of 2010. So how could he possibly be a helpful voice in all this? This is, again, Discovery presenting...
Rip Mama JF. You know, she lives on in our hearts and in JF's drywall.
As if it's like a real thing, because you're portraying Randy Daniel a witness when he didn't witness anything. And that's just a fact. You can't present someone as if they witnessed something when they haven't even seen that person since they were 19 years old. I was 19 the last time I talked to this clown.
We tried to keep our distance because of this kid being so toxic.
Okay, there's another lie. We tried to keep our distance, right? If they're implying their distance from me, here's the lie exposed. Last time
Dude, Dude, if they are slandering you this heavily, where's the court? Where's court? Take them to court. Dude, take them to court.
Greg was assigned to Korea. Scroll down. And the switch flipped, and all our calls, and we can't get a hold of him anymore. Sounds like through your own admission, I'm the one who cut ties with you. So let's not act like you made that choice. In fact, you tried to reach out to me on LinkedIn some time ago. It'd be nice if Discovery Plus would stop sharing slander.
Because of this kid being so toxic, and you just keep praying for this kid and hoping for the best for him.
Those are directly contradictory statements. You're on a Discovery Plus documentary trying to convince the world wrongfully through lies that your son is a monster, and you're trying to say you're praying for me and that you hope for the best. If you hope for the best, you wouldn't be doing this. The guy doesn't even hear
God, imagine being Onision's dad, dude. Imagine being Onision's dad. How do you reconcile with that mentally, dude? There's like you don't even mentally recover from that, I think, in my opinion. I just wouldn't.
BS coming out of his own mouth. I don't have to prove this is a lie because everyone with common sense knows.
Speaking of Mama JF, the RCMP just posted 2 days ago that they're still seeking tips from the public to find her. They should check JF's home, I think. That's my tip to them.
You don't say you hope for the best and then try to publicly humiliate someone and ruin their life publicly. I don't hope for the best for you, Randy Daniel. In fact, I hope you go to jail for molesting your own family, both adult.
When they accuse me, it's a problem. When I accuse them, based and original. Interesting.
And child. Why do none of your 3 children talk to you? I just want to point that out. This guy's playing like he's a good guy. Why do none of your 3 kids talk to you? He knows damn well his kids.
Well, if you're not involved in their life and he's not involved in your life, how would you know if the kids talk to him or not? Like, hello?
Don't talk to him, and nobody's asking that question. This guy's a monster. Otherwise,
what
at
up,
least one of his
Jazz?
Kids would talk to him, but we all hate him. Why do all 3 of your adult kids who have the ability to make the decision for themselves not talk to you? And you want proof that none of his 3 kids talk to him, proving that he's a piece of crap? Well, here's him admitting he lost his entire family.
And I ended up losing my family. It's one of my greatest regrets in life. He was everybody's favorite person to be around.
It's not even true. There's no way that can be true. You can't be everybody's favorite person to be around. This guy will just say things because they sound nice, not because they're actually true. That's the problem with the man.
I will be the first to admit that I really was not very present and engaged. Worked way too many hours.
Again, that's not true. He was actually unemployed for an entire summer, and his wife was shaming him for not having a job. He used to work for like...
Dude, the distancing language is so weird. This guy has so many mental hangups, dude. Like, I can't, like, he's so mentally just destroyed. Like, Onision just, his life is like, his brain is just in little boxes, right? And he just pulls out of those boxes to make YouTube content on.
The Dayton Chamber of Commerce in Ohio. And there was like an entire summer. He was just doing nothing. He was just like lounging around. So I don't know why he's saying he worked too hard. We literally just visited him in the summers, and he moved to Ohio so he didn't have to pay child support, as their child support laws are apparently different, according to my mom. He was like backed up $12,000 in debt to child support. This guy's a scumbag, bro.
Started calling Debbie, my wife, names.
Wait a minute. This wasn't included in the original article that you had. You guys just showed a clip of something that's kind of proves my point. He said, on the trip to Nashville, I was listening to my music. I had it up really, really loud, right? Even though I said I was listening on my headphones, implying that he thinks I wasn't listening on my headphones. All right, so here's a CD player that they feature in this documentary. Obviously, there's no speaker except for the headphone jack. So this directly contradicts what he said here.
Yeah, it was like a theatrical recreation of the event. That's what that is. It's not like a one-to-one recreation of exactly what happened. It's like a theatrical recreation, like a Discovery like, what?
He said, even though he said he's listening to it on his headphones. I didn't have to say I'm listening to it on my headphones because everyone knows the configuration of these players.
The thing Greg doesn't realize is that even if all of this is true, he has lied so much that it's impossible to have sympathy. I don't know what's real and what's not. Yeah. I'm the same way. It's just like Greg is so cringe that I don't trust anything he says anyway. Yeah, moisturize my lips, chat.
Speakers typically. So what else would I be listening to them on? Your story is like really, really bad and completely out of touch with reality.
He started calling Debbie, my wife, names.
This is what's confusing, is you say there, he started calling Debbie, my wife, names, but here you completely don't mention that whatsoever. You say you stopped, turned around and said, Greg, turn your music down, it's way too loud. Like, you literally nowhere in here do you include me saying anyone is anything. Yet now you're adding information that was critical to your story, possibly because I already proved my story over and over and over again in numerous ways, and now you're having to change your story to fit mine.
I probably felt like choking him.
I probably felt like choking my own son. Sorry, that's just so comically disgusting. My father saying, I felt like choking my own son. He just admitted to it. What a psycho.
No, he did. That's not. That's. You know, sometimes people frustrate me, Greg, and sometimes I think, you know, I could finish them off. I've done it. I have 2 kills on this YouTube channel. I need 1 more. Will you represent another streamer or you have not gotten through without mentioning Too Mad? May he rest in peace.
In exasperation and was shaking him and trying to take off the headphones.
Wait, what? He just admitted to shaking me? If you're shaking someone, they can fight you. Oh my God, look at this story here. He says, during a road trip to Nashville, he was listening to music, had it up very, very loud, even though I said he's listening to his headphones. Randy said, Greg, please turn your music down. He wouldn't do it, so I pulled off to an exit. I stopped, turned around and said, Greg, turn your music down. It's way too loud. That's when he went off. He started screaming and was just gonna bolt. He was gonna leave, and so I turned around, unbuckled my seatbelt, tried to reach back, grab his shoulders to keep him from leaving. He doesn't say I was shaking him. When people lie, their stories change. This dude, oh my God.
Saying, Greg, what is wrong with you? Just listen.
Again, he
doesn't say how close do you need till you get a drone strike?
Isn't that like 4 or like 5? Like 4 if you have hardline, right?
Greg, what is wrong with you? Just listen. So where is this new information coming from?
I turned around in exasperation and was shaking him and trying to take off the headphones.
I want you to think about that, okay? He's saying that he turned around and he was shaking me. In order to do that, he would actually have to physically be on top
Back
of
to
me
0 streams since Too Mad was mentioned. Listen, he can't be released from his mortal coil, right? From the tether that holds his soul to the ground if I don't forget him. Okay, so really, I'm doing the next life a favor.
The center console in the middle of the car. So he admits that he's through the middle of the car. And yet here he's saying Debbie was trying to untie his shoes and he was kicking at me. He broke my glasses. How could I possibly be kicking at him if she was trying to untie my shoes? And how is she trying to untie my shoes if you're blocking the center console completely with your whole fat body?
The accusation that Randy had tried to choke him, and it's like, what is he talking about?
He just admitted to shaking me, which didn't happen, but shaking.
Dude, imagine how many views Onision gave this Discovery Plus show. Like, I only got Discovery Plus to watch this and then immediately unsubscribed. I was just like, What am I gonna watch? Top Chef? Fucking Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowe for the next 14 seasons?
And choking, those are both hostile acts. You guys don't realize that you just admitted to assaulting me. Shaking someone is assault. If I walked up to a random person on the street and started shaking them, I would go to jail for assaulting someone. You can't just shake people. So if someone feels threatened, they have a right to defend themselves. You guys just admitted to physical.
Okay, so it's like, Greg, I don't know, then fucking defend yourself, buddy. Like, bro does all this fucking yapping and complaining, like he's not committed to just doing something, dude. Just do it. Just like fucking take these people to court. Like, this is an hour long of you yapping and not doing what you should be doing, which is filling out legal paperwork.
Assaulting your own son, and it was actually choking, but I mean, if you're gonna admit to shaking me, that's good too.
2 years probation and mandatory counseling. They don't do that if there wasn't a real problem, an underlying problem.
Okay, so it says after the incident, Greg returns to live with his mother. So if I was really under probation, how did I almost immediately return to my mother? The fact that I returned to my mother says that I was never on probation for 2 years. Otherwise,
well, you could still be on probation. Maybe they were like, okay, well, they were accommodating like the living situation. What? Like, I don't know how that undoes the probation thing.
I would be stuck living with you. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this guy's story, I mean, doesn't mention shaking me here, but then says, oh yeah, I did. I was the person to jump back in the car and shake him. First, he just says he gently put his hand on my shoulder. That's
dude, he had a chat replay on for this.
What he said early on, and then he changed it to that he reached back and
only viewers selected by the channel owner can send messages. Onision turned on subscriber only mode. Only channel subscribers of 20 minutes or longer can send messages. Everyone can send messages. Slow mode. Send a message every 5 minutes.
and grabbed my shoulders, right, to keep me.
Greg is floundering to contain his chat on the side
from leaving, and then he just outright admits to shaking me. This guy, such a bad liar. And Discovery Plus happily presents his slander to the world. This dude with the lazy eye, he's the one who wrote this article for Newsweek. His name is Steven Arch. Mispronunciation intentional. Right here in his ass.
Dude, it's like he's a kid. Like somebody in the chat mentioned like the Jack Stuber like acting like a child thing, but it's like he's a big kid. Like it's just not even like I don't find any like horror. There's nothing horrifying about Onision. There's nothing like intimidating or like scary. He's just like lame. It's just lame. Like the worst thing you can be in this kind of situation is just so like even as a lolcow, there's just better lolcows. Like he's not even that good. He's just lame.
Arch article he published slander saying when James was 17 he came to live with Randy and Deborah. Okay, so he's saying that Randy and Deborah told him that I was 17, right? Arch decided to debate me live.
I was at Miamisburg High School in Miamisburg, Ohio, and they rolled the TV in the room.
Yeah, he's got like Arrested Development. That's a great way to put it.
They showed us all the planes hitting the Twin Towers. So if he wants to say I was 17, that means it happened in 2003. Yeah. Because I graduated in 2004. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, I mean, we don't know that 9/11 happened that same year. Like, your recollection says so.
So he establishes that I was...
Yeah. No, the point of him saying that is that Greg, you are responding to allegations that have evidence by you saying, well, I lived it, and I say something else. And it was like, he's saying, well, do you have something to back that up? Like, you can remember something, but it doesn't mean it's true.
17 based on the statements from Randy and Deborah Daniel. Onision myself is saying, no, I was 15. I remember 9/11 happening, etc. Listen to me, Steven Arch. I'm telling you the truth. Steven Arch doesn't believe me. Steven Arch keeps this slanderous article published.
Yeah, because you're a fucking, like, unreliable narrator, and you wonder why people don't want to listen to you now. You spend nothing but, like, over a decade just being an unreliable narrator. Of course, all these lies were going to come to an head.
How dumb that guy is, right? Look at this document that they included in their documentary. Look at that date right there. September 4th, 2001. Oh!
State of Ohio versus Gregory J. Jackson, alleged delinquent child. I don't know, man. This only kind of makes Greg look like a fucking nutcase, right? Like,
Oh! Looks like, once again, Onision tells the truth, and Randall Gray Daniel, accused molester of adult women and accused molester of a child, lied.
Bro, I'm sorry. You need to bring something more to the table. You can't just walk up on, like, if you were to walk down the street, turn to a guy and call him a pedophile, you're probably gonna get in trouble. Okay? Like, that is like the level of sincerity you give, okay? You're just like really like insane.
For a fact, there's no denying it at this point. Court documents from the entire altercation where he said I was 17 prove I was
it's like that document literally proves that you committed domestic assault. Like, I don't...
Actually 15, just like I told you. Type in Onision birthday, flattering photo, November 11th.
Yeah, very flattering photo. I think that's the kombucha video.
1985. So I was 15. Do the math. Discovery Plus, Discovery ID, publishing the statements of a blatant liar, Randy Daniel. Lazy Eye over here knew damn well Randy Daniel was lying because I literally tweeted him the documents.
Dude, Newsweek did not fire. Or let's be clear. I don't think it was a firing, right? Because it sounded like they left on amicable terms based on the tweet. But you were not the reason that Steven left Newsweek, period. You just weren't.
Here, including my college transcripts establishing where I was. Look at the date. It's way before this documentary came out. And Thomas is the person who reached out to me about the whole documentary, sending me this contract, which I did not sign because it's awful. And I literally sent Thomas the proof that my father had lied. December 17th, again, way before they released the documentary, showing I sent it to Steve, showing the college records proving that he lied. And yet they now on the documentary are still willfully and knowingly publishing statements of a proven liar. What was that? That's not the email exchange. They just proposed that that was the email exchange. That's literally not the email exchange.
Yeah, those were dramatic recreations. And honestly, some of the presentation in Discovery Plus, I will agree, is bad. But, like, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that that's a dramatic presentation. Maybe there's idiots out there, but you're not going to win that over in a court of law.
Oh my god. This right here on onision.com/Shiloh was the actual first email. She says, I'm hoping that the subject of this email got your attention. I just wanted to say a big thank you. I literally almost killed myself the other day. And I think she says, I hope you're keeping a straight face.
Guys, Greg's live chat replay is going wild.
On TV. I think it was on Ellen. I mean, you can see this is the first time she's ever spoke to me. And all I say back was, glad you're still alive. Keep it that way. Because she said she almost killed herself rather than just ignoring them and risk them dying. It was a real, I care about human lives move on my part. And yet these people say, Toronto, Canada. And they only say it's 2010. They don't say it's December 2010 because that would debunk Shiloh's bullshit where she claims I ever spoke to her before.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Like, fucking, you know what I talk about when I talk about conspiracies, chat, right? So when we talk about conspiracies, right, the believability of a conspiracy goes down the more people it requires to have involved, right? Like, we're talking about a full-on, like, crew of filmmakers all agreeing to conspire with people who are just randoms that are the subjects of the documentary. If I was making a documentary and my subjects wanted to co-opt the documentary to slander a guy, that would instantly become the subject of the documentary. It wouldn't become a big conspiracy to screw you over. It would just become a more salacious story because the subjects have now involved themselves in a way they shouldn't have. But that's not what happened because we didn't get that. Like, are you kidding me? Discovery would have easily ran a story like that because they run, like, you know, Dear John killer stories all the fucking time.
right here. You're looking at it. This is from a video that Shiloh uploaded herself originally.
But like, Onision greatly overstates his own self-worth. I mean, I know that's very par for the course for Onision, so I'm not saying anything outrageous there. But it's just like, he's not important enough for people to conspire to do things against. Like, he sounds like somebody who's mentally ill.
Of our first email exchange ever, December 2010. And they literally type out this fake email. What is this? That's not the exchange at all. Convenient they left out the date too.
Yeah, Gregnan is not important enough to try and take down. This is like, he's got nothing going on. Like, it's just boring. It's just like, it's all done. Like, everything is done. Like, everything that's happening now is like the post-credit scene, dude.
When me and him
Even when this was happening, this was like the final act.
first started talking back and forth, he was in Seattle, Washington, and I was in Toronto.
Incorrect. I was in Tacoma, Washington. This woman who's already been proven to literally lie, make up an entire fake baby called Rogue, post a fake picture of someone else's baby saying it's hers. In loving memory of Rogue, rest in peace, little man. This woman who would lie about a premature baby that she
Bro! Oh my god, Onision, this is one step too far, brother. Holy shit. Oh my god, no. Oh my god, bruh. Fucking, like, what, dogging on her because she had a stillbirth? Claiming it's fake, you fucking psycho? Jesus.
She got in trouble for posting the photo of. Trying to be a credible source of information.
Was that real or fake, chat? Do we know if that was a Shiloh fucking crazy moment? Or was that, like, a real thing that happened? I don't know. I don't fucking remember.
When she doesn't even know where I live. Here's a receipt from me filing for divorce on December 20th, me paying for all the expenses of the initial divorce process.
You know, I gotta be honest, for an initial divorce proceedings, it's pretty cheap. Pretty cheap.
At the bottom, you see shipping summary, address, Gregory Daniel, and you see at the bottom,
Tacoma, Washington is part of the greater Seattle metro. It'd be like me saying I don't live in New York City, I live in Queens.
I'm Tacoma, Washington. This is proof that Shiloh just freely spoke a complete untruth about me. Right there, bro. She either just made a dumb lie or she's actually misinformed. Either way, pretty incompetent.
He loved me and he was getting a divorce. It shocked me, but it was more like a fairy tale that he would do so much and go to such great lengths for just me.
She's saying that she thinks it's a fairy tale, that she's a homewrecker. Oh my god.
What do you mean? You what? She put a gun to your head and said, divorce your wife for my barely legal ass? What are you, nuts? What do you mean? It's not all on her, you asshole. It takes two to tango, okay? You don't just have sex with one person. Let's just jerk it off.
Famous before he was. So,
My girlfriend's a pop star.
I mean, that was kind of the end of my career right there. I stopped touring, I stopped writing, I stopped going to the studio, I stopped doing everything.
That's actually not true. Let's look at Shiloh's career.
we're gonna die of AIDS, it's all over your face.
Shiloh performing in my studio, singing, obviously, while we were together. Wah, wah. Honey, it's not a studio. That's called your fucking walk-in closet, okay?
Gonna die of AIDS, you're gonna die of AIDS.
Like you're saying, oh, Shiloh was working with me. No, she was like fucking working for you, okay? You were like all happy that your girlfriend was like this famous celebrity, so that way you could fucking coattail ride off of her success, all right? It was the same thing like with everybody you've ever been friends with, Greg, right? They've been like a famous YouTuber, and you were like, oh, I'm gonna coattail off their ass so that way I get successful, all right? Fucking we all, come on, buddy, come on. I'm almost certain, all right? Part of the reason that Greg home wrecked, because he was part of it, okay? He probably was like, oh my god, Shiloh's a young pop star. I've scored.
It's like a lot of fun, right?
And it's also a song about dying of AIDS. Ain't nobody want to listen to that on the radio.
It was hilarious. As you can see here, it says March 1st, 2011. Damon Elliott in the studio with Shiloh.
Let the music get inside ya.
The 18-year-old Abbotsford Dynamo is going for a new sound and new attitude.
Wait. The 18-year-old? 2011? She was dating Onision when that happened. Wait, what did she say again, guys?
I mean, that was kind of the end of my career right there. I stopped touring, I stopped writing, I stopped...
She was in the studio once. This proves that she was in the studio all the time.
Studio, I stopped doing everything.
Dude, I'm sorry. The Carol Baskin comparisons are so fucking funny because we're like 3 years removed from like the cultural zeitgeist of Tiger King, because that was like 2020. It's like pandemic's over. We walk down the streets without a mask now. Like life is back to quote unquote normal, right? To still have this as like a cultural touchstone is really weird because I had to really search deeply in my brain to figure out who that woman was.
God, this is why you don't lie. She's saying that the end of her career was her dating me, and yet here she is, while dating me, working with Damon Elliott in the studio on Entertainment Canada, March 1st.
I guess Joe Exotic was right, or wrong. Carol Baskin's husband has been found since then.
2011 is when this specific video went online. Shiloh just stone cold lied to you guys.
I was sitting there, I'm like, dun, 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 and he's like, oh, that's really cool. So that's kind of how we write things.
Wait. She's in 2011.
Oh my god, fuck, hold on. Sometimes my, like, septic backs up. Holy shit, what the fuck? It smells like ass in here. All right. Curse of the Thorpes. Oh god, I hate having a fucking septic, guys. It's terrible. The toilet demons. I think I've talked about this before, but I used to have like LED lights that would change to tell me when to turn the lights off and go to bed because you know dark lights signal to your brain so that way you go to sleep. And I'd have them turn red to tell me to go to bed, right? So it gets darker in here and it becomes red light. And then I get up and I turn off the lights. So I was away on vacation and I forgot to turn off the automatic lights, right? And so my lights turned red and I guess the toilet like backed up while I was gone or something. And my dad thought it was a demon. Like unironically, like fucking like sulfur brimstone demon, and that's why the lights were red. You know, because in the movies the lights turn red. And so his response when he came down here was to because he for some reason thought the demons were in the lights, so he threw out my expensive light bulbs because he thought that there were demons in the light bulbs.
11 dating me, and she's saying that's how she writes things? But I thought she said she didn't write anymore.
I stopped touring, I stopped writing.
Oh. This is why you don't lie, dude. This is why Onision, one of the most honest YouTubers, you don't...
Yeah, when you promote yourself as like the pinnacle of honesty, you sound like an insane person. Like that is just an insane thing to say. People who are honest don't just say that they're honest. That's not honest.
Challenge me because I got the receipts.
You never work a day in your life if you're doing what you love.
That's right.
Yeah, so Mishi's saying that we actually believe in toilet demons in Africa. Thank you very much. One of the monsters in the D&D book is inspired by a toilet story that Mishi told.
I'm definitely doing what I love.
Shiloh, while dating Onision, you're definitely doing what you love? Man, the older Shiloh should meet the younger Shiloh so they can get their story straight. And by the way, just a little icing on the cake. This is Damon Elliott, a number of emails he sent me. In 2018, 6 years after I dumped Shiloh for cheating on me, he says, "Hey bro, I miss you. Call me." In 2012, right after I dumped Shiloh for...
Dude, 2018? What the fuck was the day? Did Damon Elliott just like... I'd love to do a skit with you again. Maybe we can do something. Maybe this Damon Elliott guy sounds like he don't know what the fuck going on the internet, bro.
for cheating on me. He says,
Billy Ray Cyrus. Hey man, it's been a long time. I have an idea if you're interested.
"What's up, Greg? Hey, Greg, I'd love to do a skit with you again." Damon Elliott, her own music producer, took my side over Shiloh. The guy who knows Shiloh personally described her as evil. And now you know she's not only a proven liar, but the music producer she pretends she never worked with, who she's on camera working with, because she said her career was over so she couldn't have worked with them. That dude's on my side too. Go figure. Here's Damon Elliott apologizing to me after I broke up with Shiloh. And here's Damon Elliott, Shiloh's former music producer, talking to me literally right after the breakup. He said,
Dude, it is literally 2012 there, okay? Have you seen the Hard Ticket to Hawaii toilet snake? What is that? That is a sentence.
"Dude, I'm glad you finally see the truth. We are not perfect, none of us. I am so sorry that Shiloh, cheated on you." And he's apologizing for his own behavior
Okay,
as well.
no. This is like one of those times when Onision was popular, and he's like abusing his position to control the narrative about an ex. That's it. That's all that's happening here.
That he's an honest person and he wishes me well. Here is an actual flight itinerary down to LA so Shiloh could go to a recording studio on a daily basis.
I stopped touring, I stopped writing, I stopped going to the studio, I stopped doing everything.
Let's see the Hard Ticket to Hawaii toilet snake. Okay, I'll look that up. Let's look that up. Let's see what this is. Why? What is this? What is it? What is this? Is this the movie? Am I... Toilet snake. Hard Ticket to Hawaii. What is this? It's a famous scene. Is it the one where she's in the toilet or the other one where the gun shoots a snake? I'm gonna hold on. Wow, that happened really fast. Okay. Hold on, I want to watch this one now. Dude, what an amazing shot she is. Okay, that's insane. The frisbee death? Okay, sure. You don't get movies like this anymore, I'll be honest, right? Like the frisbee scene? Sure.
Hey, is it okay if I run along with you?
Sure.
That entire scene was just 80 yard, dude. Holy shit. Also, fellas, Speedos gotta go. Never bring those back. Don't bring them back ever.
Day, huh?
Uh-huh.
Hey, Colleen, who's that turkey with you?
He's just a
Who's that turkey with you?
Sorry, Buster. We ain't allowed here. Take off. Hey, lighten up. We're just throwing. Oh, yeah? Let's see you throw one.
It's like a fucking Duke Nukem villain standing at the other end of the fucking thing. Yeah, there's like samurai cop ass character right there. Time crisis boss fit. No.
Thought you getting lost.
What do you mean?
I mean it. Move out. Now.
Yeah, he really sold that. Dude, you know he worked all day on remembering those lines.
Hey, Colleen. Got a great ass.
So do you, Pilgrim.
Okie dokie. Hey, Khalid, you got a great ass. So do you, Pilgrim. Okay.
You don't look so hot to me. Oh, yeah? You didn't catch this.
Dude, this is like weirdly gay. What the fuck?
Yeah, let's have it. This is for the Molokai cops.
There's not a world where that happens. There's not a world where that happens. Dude, you know what would happen in reality? You'd catch it in his hand and he'd be like, ow. What the fuck, dude? Sold that one. He really did sell that one, bro. The Squimpy squirting. Hold on, chat. I'll be right back. I gotta take a piss, so I'll come back and I will wash my hands.
Got my number figured out. A motive born in drought and brevity. And if I'm not the soul of your design, I blatantly decline your remedy. Don't box me in. Don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer. I'd rather be free. I'd rather be a leader. I'd rather be a queen. I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer. I'd rather be clean. I'd rather be a poser in a magazine. I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. Wasn't always just a single shade, a palette full of gray in reverie. And I can burn it brighter than the sun. I have a golden gun inside of me. Don't box me in. Don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer. I'd rather be free. I'd rather be a leader. I'd rather be a queen. I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer. I'd rather be clean. I'd rather be a poser in a magazine. I'd rather be pretty much anything else. And if I fall behind, ignoring all the signs.
I wouldn't let the toilet snake get me. I'm just simply built different, actually, so. I do miss practical effects phobia. I agree. I was just fuck, I was just complaining about. Okay, I saw the Borderlands movie recently. I just got around to seeing that. I've never seen, like, that actually is one of the worst things I've ever seen. I've deliberately gone out of my way to watch bad movies, and that was fucking terrible. It was fucking horrible. Everything that happens in the trailer is exactly what happens in the movie and nothing else, first of all, right? Now go watch Joker 2. I honestly think my experience with Joker 2 will probably be better. I really, when Axis is right, it was aggressively bad. It was aggressively shit. Okay? And the Borderlands movie is an example of, like, why CGI can't overcome a good practical effect. First of all, the movie was PG-13. Insane thing to do for Borderlands. And oh my god, dude, there was so much violence, but it was so clean and non-violent. And it was just fucking terrible. It was like an energy vampire to watch that movie. It actively made me tired. At about the 40-minute mark, when Kate Blanchett came across the little girl and fought Krieg, and then the lady showed up on her fucking space tricycle, the evil lady, and I just, it was Hal and I watching it, right? And sometimes we'll watch bad movies because we like to torture ourselves. And I said, I was like, I want to stop, but I'm so deep in it, like we can't stop. So Tiny Tina was in the movie. They took like the popular characters, except for Handsome Jack, right? You think you wouldn't put your best foot forward and just like transplant Handsome Jack from Borderlands 2 into the Borderlands movie? Wouldn't that make sense? Why wouldn't you just put your best foot forward like that? Like, and you know, the funniest part is that now he asked for his name to be taken off of it, but the rumor is in Hollywood that the guy who wrote The Last of Us wrote the Borderlands movie, and then he had himself Alan Smithied out of the credits. And yeah, also it was very weird. Listen, I like Jamie Lee Curtis. I like Kate Blanchett, not Neil Druckmann. Neil Druckmann didn't write. He was like executive producer on it. But yeah, he also worked on Chernobyl. The guy who wrote Last of Us and worked on Chernobyl. Yeah. Kate Blanchett, Jamie Lee Curtis, the lady who played Gina Gershon played Moxie, which, by the way, Gina Gershon could Gene on my Gershon any day of the week. I don't give a fuck. But I was like, man, there's a lot of old women in this movie. And I'm not ageist, but like Jamie Lee Curtis was unironically looking a little old to be in this movie. Okay, Diesel. And the guy who did Borderlands went on to do Thanksgiving. Like, he's a horror director. I don't know who the fuck was thinking any of this was okay. It was really like aggressively horrible, okay? I just Diesel ages. Half the women in your audience are 60. That is not true. It was unironically horrible though, chat. It was so bad.
Everything. And that's why you keep receipts. So when someone tries to do a documentary on you, that's
Boss,
purely
I'm 64 and 6'4". What's up?
slanderous, you get to prove that they're full of crap and the pathological liar that you literally dump them for being. Discovery Plus, you are guilty of publishing confirmed slander. It's beyond denying it.
Diesel, have you seen Randy Pitchford try to interview Kevin Hart for Borderlands? You know, my favorite thing is like when chat is like, hey Diesel, have you seen this? And then it's either the best or worst thing in the world. So let's go find out.
We're back. I hope you guys.
Wasn't there like a sex pest allegation against Randy Pitchford? He carries like a USB with his porn on it. That's like a rumor I heard, and he showed it to people. Or was he like the magic trick guy? Or is he both those guys at the same time? Is he the magic trick guy?
Had an awesome presentation from all the Gearbox games in development and Gearbox publishing products coming. Listen, I'm standing outside Kevin Hart's
flash drive of barely legal porn, both. He's both. No, he left the USB flash drive at medieval times. Bro carries around it. First of all, carrying your porn on a flash drive is wild, okay? That's weird. That's weird. Just like, if you're like that gooning, if you're goon maxing like that, just save it on your phone. Correct, Cloudy, right? Like, just save the port on your phone, okay?
trailer door. I'm just gonna. You guys want to meet him? I think he wants to meet you guys. Let's see if he opens. Hey Kevin, you got a minute?
Yeah.
Borderlands fans, meet Kevin Hart.
How you guys doing, man?
You guys are you're gonna give me like chest pains.
Pretty pumped up right now to meet you guys.
Kevin was not in the mood today. Dude, I've not seen a man more. I'm not in the mood for it today. Like, at all. This is 3 years ago. Hope his height will be the source of many jokes in the movie. We were calling shots on what they would do in the movie to try to predict things during the Borderlands movie. They literally, like, they did not make it. When I saw that the first scene took place on a space station, right? And I knew that Kevin Hart was gonna be in like a Crimson Lance like stormtrooper outfit, and Tina was in like a prison cell. Like the whole like start of the movie was just aping Star Wars, and I was like, they're gonna do "Aren't you little short to be a stormtrooper" joke, and then they did it, and I was like, that is fucking hilarious. But not because it's funny, but because it's exactly the first thing you would think to do if you had Kevin Hart in a movie where he dresses up kind of like a stormtrooper. Okay.
Randy, you should tell him actually how big I am.
Did the CGI or aesthetics look okay? No, it looked horrible. It looked unfinished.
First. It's a great opportunity.
I'm 6'3", and
dude, imagine being Kevin Hart and living every single moment of your life is the same fucking height joke. And it's like, I'm a serious actor, take me seriously. And then Randy Pitchford is like, I'm tall and you're not.
Yeah.
This is rough. You can clearly tell, A, Kevin Hart did not know Randy was coming in. B, Kevin Hart probably knows about Randy's personal taste and does not like him. They should cast a Robert Downey Jr. as Roland. He can do blackface again. Randy, how about a magic trick where you disappear is great.
You can get a good grasp of how much height I put on for this role right now.
dude, you are freaking awesome. Like, you don't understand. Like, you're a freaking action hero.
Thank you, man.
This is amazing watching your work.
You know
like,
what?
You're blowing my mind.
I'm going to say
You have no idea how much I don't want to like watch the rest of this chat. Like, it's really uncomfortable. Like, yeah.
One up you. I'll say it's amazing for me to have the opportunity.
Guys, Synthetic Man reviewed the Borderlands movie, and I am just chomping at the bit to click on that, okay?
To portray the character of Roland, of course, who you're very familiar with, because this is your creation.
Oh, another thing that the Borderlands movie didn't do, it's like the big like music crawl character stings that they're doing like during the game did not happen once in the movie, and I'm like, that's something they should do. When you think of Borderlands, it's a post-apocalyptic space western. None of the soundtrack in the movie was western. They did not play Cage the Elephant's Ain't No Rest for the Wicked, which would have been an easy, like, member berries joke to do. Like, they really should have just done that. Like, it just would have been a free one. I don't get any of the decisions in this movie.
I think the biggest and best thing is the surprise that you guys are going to be in for. Because you got no idea what I'm doing or how I'm doing or why I'm doing it. You got no idea the level that I came in.
Things you don't know, what he's doing. You're right. I don't really know why Kevin Hart was helping Tiny Tina in this movie, okay? or what, how, like anything, dude. It was bad.
You got no idea how much preparation I decided to put into this particular character in this role. You got no idea.
Dude, Kevin Hart, imagine, okay, Kevin Hart's a comedian, all right? They have Kevin Hart play the straight man, guys. They have Kevin Hart play the straight man in this fucking movie.
Idea. You got no idea. You don't even know what's under this jacket.
OMG! It's metal!
You got no idea.
Yeah, and it's just like a fucking sweater.
My job is to come in not only.
Okay, I can't keep doing this. Randy just makes me so fucking infuriated, dude. Hold on, let me switch to my other account because I don't wanna like poo-poo my recommended with all this like Randy Pitchford synthetic man crap. Hold on. All right, it's a 15-minute video.
So I just got done watching the Borderlands movie, and I mean, of course it's awful. Did you really expect me to say something different? It was both...
Guys. All right. All of the reasons I mentioned the Borderlands movie for being bad have nothing to do with, one, minorities, and two, women. Well, I guess I said they were old, but I think everybody said they were old, and I have, again, nothing wrong with older women, right? I think those Kate Blanchett, Jamie Lee Curtis, Gina Gershon, all amazing actors. But this was not the roles for them, okay? I'll go back to Onision in a little bit. I need to have this fucking tangent. Wow, Diesel hates old women. I adore older women, actually. I need older women.
critically panned, and the audience hated it as well. There's no way in hell, even if I was the biggest contrarian on the planet, I couldn't pretend this movie is good. And it's not one of those terrible old video game adaptation B movies that are so bad it's good. No.
Oh my god, the end fight in this movie is also fucking bad. It looks like shit. It looks like unfinished garbage.
No, this is just painfully boring. So obviously I wouldn't recommend anybody see this. And I feel like I don't really have that much to add to the conversation of how bad this movie is, because I wouldn't even really say it was super woke or anything. No, this is just a normal kind of awful, which is probably...
Dude, him saying it's not super woke, it's just normal kind of awful, is outrageously liberal for him. One of my biggest gripes with Scooter and Ellie only show up for like 2 seconds at the end of the film, and they look the most screen accurate. Well, Marcus also looked very screen accurate, right? But it was very weird that like Scooter and Ellie were used as like a fucking like Easter egg thing. Like that was really strange, right? Like it would have been so easy to have a catch a ride joke. Like there's just so many things, right? Like if I was making a Borderlands movie, there are like things that I would do. There's like a checklist that you gotta hit, right? Like the checklist is like we gotta do the fucking Kevin Hart, aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper joke? You gotta do the catch a ride vehicle joke. You have to have a midget psycho show up sometime in the movie, right? And they have to get killed. Man, there's got to be a scene that's like ludicrously about guns or like some joke about loot in the game, right? In the movie. Fucking Moxie's just got to be in it.
Probably the reason why critics hate it. If it was pushing left-wing propaganda, I'm sure it'd have a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh my god. No! This guy is so fucking stupid.
Right now. So I'm not...
Guys, if the Borderlands movie was promoting left-wing propaganda, everybody would have loved it. Okay. There's not a world where people would have liked the border. Okay. There could have been a powerful girls get it done message in this movie very easily. Okay. And it still not would have been good. Nobody would have liked it.
I'm gonna give this a whole bunch of preamble. Let's just get this over with. So the Borderlands movie has almost no plot at all, which shouldn't be surprising if you played the games. They don't really have much of a plot either. But the thing is, even though I'm not a huge fan of the Borderlands games, at the end of the day, they are pure video games. The vast majority of your playtime in those games is shooting things. And I'm not gonna go over—
How can he bring politics into everything? Because he has brain rot and he's pathetic. Period.
I don't like the games. Let's just say—
I heard he got an exposed video done on him recently that he like answered to recently.
The shooting mechanics all that fun, and I really do not like loot systems in video games, but I do understand the appeal. So basically the plot is Lilith gets hired—
Is this streaming anywhere? I don't want to pay to see this, but I'm curious. Don't worry, I watched it illegally. Shh.
to find Tiny Tina, who is a clone of the Iridians, the ancient aliens or whatever, that had super advanced technology that they hid inside vaults, right? The first scene, which probably could have been cut out of the movie, shows Roland breaking Tiny Tina out of a crimson—
Yeah, that's the scene. That's the scene. He takes off the helmet, and then she's like, aren't you a little short? That literally happens.
In Lance prison, and as you would probably expect, there are several jokes about Kevin Hart's height in this movie.
Oh my god.
And they're somehow the funniest jokes in the film.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't. A Kevin Hart height joke is not funny. You have brain damage, bro. I don't give it. Your politics might be bad, but you saying that those jokes are funny might be the worst thing you've ever said, aside from the crime statistics related to race. Okay, so second worst thing, but still pretty bad.
Despite being something we've heard in every single Kevin Hart role ever. Krieg is also broken out of the prison, and he's probably the only tolerable character in the entire film, having the least amount of lines. And he actually—
Dude, he says stuff like meat fiesta and like, it's— oh man. So this was an adaptation, a side story in canon? No, it's supposed to be like a retelling of the first game, but it's like fan fiction. It picks and chooses from the second and first game.
sounds like the character from the games. Meanwhile, on the planet Promethea, we get to see Lilith in a bar and how badass and brave she is. They also comment on her age several times in the movie.
Yeah, that was another thing. They also did make a bunch of jokes about Cate Blanchett being old in this movie, right? It really felt like a fetish content, okay?
No, his worst take is saying that him liking Futa doesn't make him gay.
It certainly doesn't make him straight.
Add on to this the constant close-up shots, and we get to see just how ghoulish she's become after what I assume to be multiple plastic surgeries.
I don't really think she looks ghoulish. I think that's a little mean to say. But what could you expect from Gunnar McAnderson over here? Fucking Brock. Fuck, there was a scene in the movie that absolutely befuddled me.
Just how ghoulish she's become after what I assume to be multiple plastic surgeries. And this feels like a very transparent humiliation ritual. All I can say is the longer I watched this movie, the more I was disgusted by her presence. So anyway, she ends up killing some—
Jesus Christ, dude. That's an insane statement.
She gets hired by Atlas, goes to the planet of Pandora, and we get to see Marcus's cameo. And he's another one of the few characters in this movie that is pretty much the character from the games. They did an okay job with that. He confuses
Why doesn't Synthetic Man use Borderlands gameplay? Because he doesn't like Borderlands.
Lilith for a vault hunter, and she says, "Oh no, I'm just a bounty hunter." It's one of the many painfully unfunny jokes that goes on way too long in this movie. Another thing that's going to annoy you is the narration. Lilith narrates a few scenes of this movie instead of us just watching cool shit happen on the screen, like her shooting some bandits. Claptrap shows up to visit Lilith at night, and he literally fills the role of R2-D2.
No, Pandora actually predates, like, Borderlands predates fucking Avatar. Which is interesting, but like Pandora's in Pandora's box. That's like the you know, very subtle subtext in the Borderlands franchise.
In this movie, dude, I'll just spoil what happened.
That's why one of the peak jokes of Borderlands fiction is butt stallion. You know, guys, God, they even resisted the urge to do a butt stallion joke. Holy shit.
But basically, Lilith's mom programmed him to protect her and to one day give her the message that she's a siren and she is the true savior of the planet Pandora or whatever.
Dude, Jack Black was horrible as Claptrap too. That was another scene that was like every scene he was like in, like oof. Like God, it was rough every single time he was on camera.
And they set this up as some huge fucking twist. But anybody who's played the games, which should be
Yeah. But that's like how you do a movie, okay? Jesus Christ.
the only people watching this piece of shit movie knows Lilith is a siren. She has powers in the games. And look, I'm in no way saying this is a good thing, but I gotta say Claptrap's probably the most accurate character to the game. In this movie. He's extremely annoying and never funny for even a moment. So yeah, that's Claptrap.
That is not a good thing. I will say that.
I find it kind of hilarious that everyone is hating on this movie when it really just does feel like Borderlands without the gameplay. I mean, I don't even know what to say at this point. Honestly, I don't really care. What I do care about is this movie's boring as fuck. But not for the usual reasons movies are boring. There's plenty of action. It's just, you're never going to care about anything that's happening. And
dude, the action is fucking terrible. It's so fucking bad. I fucking hate this movie.
Right? Anyway,
it's so infuriatingly bad.
Tina, but she doesn't want to go back to see her dad. And they try and throw off the audience by saying like, oh, she's not really his daughter, but I mean, she was created in a lab, essentially. It's really a pointless twist, if you can even really call it a twist. Lilith has to fight Krieg, and before long, they team up against the Crimson Lance, who show up. Commander Knox is in this movie a few times. I don't even really remember her from the games, except for the name. And her...
Dude, you know what's funny is that they gender swap General Knox, right? Isn't that a gender swap? I don't fucking remember. That goes to show you, dude, they could have done anything. They could have done anything with the Borderlands movie. All right, and they couldn't fucking do it. That's how bad it could have been. An original story in the Borderlands world. Like that's it. Like, oh my god,
dude.
Dude.
Basically completely pointless as well. She just shows up a few times and does very little of value. But basically, Roland comes in to rescue them from the Crimson Lance.
Oh! When they're in the car and they're driving in this movie, right? And they like, it's after, you know, in the trailer when all the piss comes through the window. And they're like, oh, there's piss in my mouth. And that's the whole joke, right? Kate Blanchett looks at Kevin Hart and says something about how he can't reach the pedals of the car. So there's another fucking height joke. I almost missed it. And I went, wait a second, that's a height joke.
They drive off. You get to see the shitty scene from the trailer where Tiny Tina rolls the window down and everyone gets covered in piss. Oh, and a little bit of poo-poo as well. That's the level of humor you can expect from this movie. There's a scene that I guess is supposed to be cool where a huge thresher tries to swallow them. Roland shoots some rockets that just so happen to be attached to the vehicle. They drive into his mouth and blast through the other side, and they get away.
Well, like I was like half paying attention to the movie at this point, Plastron. You know, you gotta understand my like attention span for it was like dying because it was so bad. I think I'm a femcel. I'm sorry. I know we're like moving off the track from Onision, but also Synthetic Man is boring. But
so I think I might be a femcel, and I don't really know what to do with that. Like I check off all the boxes.
Is this bait? This feels like bait. What is this? This is bait. Okay, Noah Samson is there. I've wandered onto some bait. You just click on anything. Bait used to be believable. Have you guys seen the cocky want boing boing guy on Twitter? What was it, like Dan Henschel or whatever? Hold on. Cocky want boing boing. Yeah, let me type this on Twitter and see what I get. Here we go. Diesel is speaking Looney Tunes language. At the beach, where the hose at? Cocky want boing boing. And it's like just this like homunculus of a man. And he's doing like this bit right now, right? where he's like the Joker, and he's like, "Oh, I just went to the store, and my wife didn't want to talk to me because I was dressed as the Joker." Hold on. Yeah, what if the Joker was Hitler? Yeah, this like fucking him dressed as like Hitler. Let me find it. Right? And he fucking like dresses up like this in everything. Holy shit. But he's got all these fucking insane videos of him in a car, right? Let me find it. I'm the Joker. Here we go.
I'm the joke. I'm the Joker. I'm the Joker.
This is actually actually what happens in Joker 2. Believe it or not. This is a trailer. Lady Gaga's about to show up.
I'm the Joker. I'm the Joker.
Me in the drive-thru, like looking at the guy behind me in the car.
Joker.
Like, what the fuck? This guy made one funny tweet and went full schizo. No, this is just his bit. It's just a bit. I swear this is just a bit. Okay? Diesel when he works Uber. I thought I'd like being cucked. I didn't. I came during a job interview.
Hi everybody. I had a job interview today and I came in my pants during the interview. I have struggled my entire life with ADHD and anxiety and bipolar disorder. And
everyone we cover on stream says that exact thing. Followed by saying they came at a job interview. Diesel, find a red face screaming one.
It's so long trying to figure out how to manage my symptoms so that I can actually be a normal person on a day-to-day basis, and it seems like everything I do doesn't work. I was addicted to Xanax for so long and it ruined my life, and it just felt like everything I did somehow made it worse, and now the one thing that I thought worked clearly doesn't. Basically.
Diesel once he turns off the camera. I'm not gonna lie, today I was like, no, I'm not answering that. That bit's not continuing. I'm not fucking continuing that bit. I'm gonna leave that one up in the air.
I figured out at a very young age that if I was anxious and I was insecure, then the way that in the moment I could sort of calm myself down and make myself focus and make myself more confident was to make myself horny, basically. So, you know, thinking about something sexy to the point where I would get physically aroused. So I would, you know, if I get a chubby or that sort of stuff.
I don't like that. Don't say that. Don't say that word. I don't like it. Oh, thank you, Greg. Greg, that's it? It's just him screaming. You know, I too am amazingly calm when I have a massive throbbing erection. This is what happens after I flay my enemies, actually, you know? Holy sorry. I'm very easily distractible today. Teacher calls student N-word.
And most of the time it went fine. You know, it would actually work really well because what it does is it sort of makes it's sort of like a natural medication, because when you get horny, the chemicals that your brain releases are, you know, you have dopamine and adrenaline and those sorts of things, and that's very similar to the medications that you would actually take for anxiety or ADHD or that sort of stuff. So I figured I was just going to do that and it would be fine, but I got to the interview and I started having a panic attack as usual in my car, and I pulled out my phone and I started looking at porn and whacking it, basically, because that really helps when I have a panic attack. It helps me, and I guess that was my first mistake. I sort of got a head start.
I gotta be honest, if I was like going through like an episode, like having an anxiety attack or something, I don't think I'd be able to get it up. Like, I don't think I'd be able to do that. Like, I feel like that doesn't work. You know?
Before I went in, you know, so I go in and it starts off okay. You know, the receptionist is very nice. I'm waiting for the guy to come out who's going to interview me, and I sort of start preparing my fantasy that I'm going to focus on through the interview. So it's good. For me, usually that's stuff like cocking and pet. Well, I don't know. You know,
Cocking and pet play is wild.
I don't need to get into it, but you know what I mean. Everybody has sort of their little things that they like. God. Sorry, I'm a mess. I just have been crying all day since.
Yeah, he's very good at this, right? He's done this quite a bit.
Let me just say first, there's nothing wrong with doing that.
Fuck?
I understand.
Dude, my recommended is so fucked on the commentary channel, dude.
Perfectly natural. It's just that I was having a really bad week and a terrible day today. And I just wasn't in a good mental headspace.
You know the funny thing? This is just like what a YouTuber apology video is like, right? Like, this has the same energy as that. Like, I just wish that YouTubers would bring this more to the table.
To process that, seeing that, and I just hope that now, every time that I think about my grandmother, or I see my grandmother, or I talk to my grandmother,
I was in a dark place.
I'm not gonna...
My grandmother's closet when I saw her flicking the bee.
Think about it every single time, because I love my grandmother so much, and I don't want to lose my grandmother.
I don't want to lose my grandmother. Well, it sounds like she's quite spry.
I don't want to have to think about her doing that every time I talk to her. So I went over her house today because she lives in Pasadena and she had a computer question. Go figure, right? And I said, of course I'll come over and help you with whatever. So I came over and I saw that her car was in the driveway, and I go over there all the time, so I just went in, you know, not a big deal. And I didn't see her around. I called out, I said, Grandma. She wasn't there. So
I said, Grandma.
I just went over to the computer and I started seeing if I could figure out what was, you know, the problem. And a few minutes went by, and then I just heard, it was sort of like a,
and the thing is, like, and the way that you know that it's fake is that the level of his dedication is just too insane. Like the whole like explaining what a coming grandma sounds like is insane.
A few months ago, my grandmother tripped in the shower and she broke her hip and really hurt herself. And I was the one who found her. And so I got really scared because I thought maybe my grandmother was in trouble. And so I ran up and I said, "Grandma, are you okay?" And I didn't hear anything. So I opened the door to her bedroom and she was
Oh no.
So I ran back out. I said, "Oh my God," and I ran out. And I keep thinking, the part that I can't stop thinking about is her face was like, she was like, I don't even want to,
Dude, that's like, I just imagine, like, this is a thing that's happened to somebody, right? Like, I know this is a bit, but this has happened to somebody, right? Just the idea of having to, like, explain what your grandma climaxing is like is just the most horrifying thing.
Okay. Hopefully one day this will be just a silly story that we all talk about.
Gushing grannies is foul, chat. Do not ever. I don't know how to feel about a gushing granny, bro.
If I can't even talk about it. But I don't even know what to say. She's called me a couple times and I've just declined because I don't even know what to say.
Gooning grannies. Oh my god, horrifying. I feel like that's a bannable sentence. I thought you liked older women. There's an upper level on that. Let it be known there's an upper level on that. You know, like, I don't want... don't no. Like, that's no. Oh, shit. God. Diesel out here hunting for a lich wife. Yeah, we do live in a society. We do live in a society. Dude, my recommended on the YouTube account, on the commentary account, is all like fucked up. Holy shit. We were talking about Onision. Okay, I don't have, like, the patience to watch more of this, right? So I'm gonna scroll through and see if anybody shows up in the chat on the, like, side of the VOD. I'm just curious. Fire with fire, documentary versus documentary law. Right? Like, he has to be approving all these manually, so the rest of it must all just be, like, horrifying, like, insulting things. So Boss Onision, bro, cringe. Eugenia Cooney shows up. Yeah, okay. So nothing shit happens in there. Right? When I was perusing this body cam footage, I'll do body cam on another stream. I've been planning on doing another one soon. Oh, does he do another song? Dude, he, like, did a couple, like, I think these are all re-uploads again. Which is, like, he can't move on from his one moment when he was successful. Like, it's all about him and the banana. Okay? I am curious to see what shit Elmo says is, because it looks really, really sad. So I'm just gonna click on it.
My eyes are fucking big.
This is a re-upload. He just re-uploaded an old video again, bro. But it's like he literally hasn't moved on from the time when he was successful 16 years ago or whatever the fuck.
Is the camera on? I can't even see. Keep walking.
Dude, this used to be what YouTube content was like a decade ago, okay?
Motherfuckers. I hope they don't call the fucking cops.
Pull up the Roblox crashes. I only need one to get on the bingo on my Diesel Gets Sidetracked card. Diesel IRL streaming bingo. Let's see. Free space is too mad, right? Like, which toilet demon led to your lights being thrown out? Cat was taken. The answer to that is probably a spooky dookie given to smell. Yeah, still bringing up the Shiloh drama too. He's stuck in a space-time loop. Dude, he hasn't fucking moved on at all, period. Like, it's so, like, I can't even, like I said earlier in stream, I just can't fucking be bothered. He's so fucking lame, dude. Like, there's nothing even scary or, like, intimidating or weird. It's just, like, it's like when an old person is like you know, when a guy's like, oh, I used to play football in college, but then I got a bum knee, you know, like that, like fucking trope of the old guy who used to be really cool when he was younger. That's all it is.
Yes, I am making a YouTube video. Elmo hates white people. Do they see Elmo? Elmo's scared. Elmo wishes he had a nickel for every fucker who stared at Elmo.
He's like those guys in fucking Times Square, right? Who like fleece you for $1 after you take a photo with them.
I love nipples. Ha 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 ha. Elmo's fucking high. Elmo's drunk. Elmo's feet look funny. Elmo's wasted. You sound like him too.
It's actually Dan Henschel's grandma in the background there. She's going to Goon in the Woods.
Oh, snap.
Man, that one aged very interestingly.
Elmo likes climbing. Elmo's a worm on a tree.
All right, that's good, Onision. I'm glad. All right, he has a "Why I'm Back" video. Might as well click on it.
So back in 2019, someone said that they would destroy my life if I didn't give them what they wanted. You said you could destroy us if you wanted to. You said it to Luke and you said it to me.
As a joke? Sure, I probably did.
I specifically had that person sign an agreement that they could not lie about me. And they said they would only sign the agreement.
Why
if
is he
could
green? Why is he's literally doing green face right now? As a member of the goblinoid race, I take humongous offense to this.
do stuff.
I basically was like, oh, you know, only if we do stuff will I sign the papers.
And if they could get what they wanted.
I made jokes about not signing it unless I
He's
lost
green because he has Chris Chan lighting.
something odd that got what I wanted.
And the person who did that, this is their laugh. That is the person.
I mean, I also have a maniacal laugh, but you know, pee pee poo poo. Like I don't.
That most every single person.
Yeah, he's
who
an
has
unripe
anything bad
banana
to
right
say about
now.
me uses as their mascot. The person with this laugh.
Yeah.
If you,
Gaslighting, bruh.
that is the.
Nothing dates Onision more and makes him look older than using like old ass memes and having that early 2000s millennial haircut. Like, move on, bro. Move on. Okay? Just get a dirty shag mullet like the rest of the greasy Zoomers. At least if you want to pretend to be young. God.
Anthem of the anti-Onision agenda. This.
The anti-Onision agenda.
So for a very long time, I was a prisoner of fear. I would do whatever I could to make this person happy so that they wouldn't destroy my life as they originally threatened to do. But eventually, I couldn't take it anymore, and I said, you know what? This is what you did to me. I refuse to be with you because of this. And then she apologized for doing so. Although her telling of events has completely and utterly changed since her initial statements.
You said sorry for raping us 2 times.
Dude, it was sarcastic.
Meanwhile, mine have remained the exact same. Wonder what that could mean.
Going to therapy, because if you not, you need to.
Well, after the trauma you put us through, I went through therapy, yeah. But guess what?
I went to therapy, and the therapist said I'm perfect, actually. Dude, could you imagine the therapist trying to unpack Onision? All right? Dude, that's like... What's the fucking cube in the Pinhead movie? The Hellraiser fucking cube? That's the cube that's Onision's mind, okay?
Anyway, Laffy McLafferson.
Laffy McLafferson, based insult.
Proceeded with her initial threat to destroy my life, and she did so knowing that despite our agreement where she was not allowed to lie about anyone, she, according to her...
What money would he get from
The lament configuration. You know, the thing is I was going to call his brain a Horcrux, but I can't use that joke for everything. I've done it before.
I don't have money.
So she admits that what she did, she is doing because she can't be sued. You know, Sir laughs a lot. And you, as an internet community, decided to just ignore all the facts, ignore the story changes, ignore her confessions and admissions, and help her do exactly what she threatened to do in the first place. So the real reason that I'm back, it wasn't just the Best Buy guy. He was kind of like the match, and the flame was me not wanting to be a prisoner of being afraid of bad, horrible people like her and so...
He sounds like Trump somehow. I am the most truthful YouTuber. There's never been a more truthful YouTuber than me. You see, Sussy Sarah, she wants to sue me. She wants to sue me. But she can't sue me. You know why she can't sue me? Because she said she's sorry. Sussy Sarah the liar people. I'm talking about a liar. You know, they say I'm a banana. I'm a banana. But, you know, I'm the best banana. The yellowest banana.
So many of you.
And I hope the skin cancer comes back and eats your dick off.
Now you know.
Based. Sussy Sarah said she likes it when I have skin cancer. People say, they say, Onision, you're a big fan of kombucha. I say, I'm not a fan of kombucha. I've never liked kombucha. Never liked kombucha. It smells like pee. It smells like pee. Tastes even worse. People. The thing is, everyone could be wrong and be lying about him, and it wouldn't even matter at this point, because everyone hates him so much. Shiloh, you say these Shilohs are coming down from Canada, people, and they're eating our dogs and cats. Our dogs and cats are being eaten by these illegal aliens. When I'm president, I'm not going to let any Shilohs into my YouTube. Shit. I click on his website. I'll probably get like a virus. Thank you for buying Onision. Cool stuff. Bro, all these pictures make him look like the It Clown, dude. God damn, Pennywise looking rough. Nah, it's not. You're not gonna find that shit on the clear web. Yeah. Diesel, what's on the wish list? Let's find out. Okay. Interesting. Of course, we got a wig. Crocs. Lots of Crocs on here. Glow sticks. A Woody doll. He's just like outsourcing buying his kids gifts. Canoodle 3D brain teaser. These are like baby things for your babies. Go buy your kids some Play-Doh, motherfucker. Fucking go get Play-Doh at the fucking store. Go buy that yourself. It's $8. Is he 12? Yeah, he's either buying it for himself or buying it for his kid. No, this is for Greg. This is the Greg. Greg wants this. Greg wants this. Right? This is a Greg gift. He's outsourcing raising his child. Yeah, Onision. Let me just buy you a Peloton. Oh my god, bro. Bro, Onision, buy Onision a fucking Peloton. Dude, if someone bought Onision a Peloton, he better come over and give him a fucking reach around, okay? Holy shit. Yeah, just buy Onision a new fucking computer. Vegan jerky. This is like shit. Like, bro, this is like your Walmart shopping cart. Yeah, nice Cheems U2s. Why? Why? Okay, guys. Let me just buy Onision his Xinjiang Bao sexy anime Tifa Lockhart poster, album cover posters for bedroom wall art canvas posters, music album cover posters, 24 by 36 inch. Running out on my vocals were running out there. But one that looks like AI art of Tifa, which nobody could ever goon to. At least my gooning art on the wall is nice and hand drawn by somebody. Bro, I didn't have headphones on. My neighbors probably heard that. Are you not surprised that Onision likes Tifa? Wait, was the wig exactly the same as his emo hair? No, it was like girl hair. It was like that chick from My Hero. It's like the weird bangs hair. Guys, just buy Metal Gear Solid Delta for him. Come on. Dude, you know, I went to go buy Dragon Ball Sparking Zero and I saw it was I can show a safer work version of the art that's on my wall. So this is their account, actually. So this is I have one of fucking Minthara, right? But 100% I would recommend, because this artist, they're very talented and their art is very good. But yeah. Here, I'll even link them. I want to buy, they have some displays as well. Not even a sponsor. Okay, so the Amazon wish list and Throne feel like things for titty streamers and live streamers, so you can parasocially look at the thing you paid for when they stream and feel included. That's true. That's why I keep saying I'm going to start a Throne, but then I feel bad asking you guys for things. Like, I feel like an asshole just putting anything on a Throne, right? Like, that just... I don't care make a Throne. That doesn't make me feel any better. My Throne is full of tiny plastic spacemen. Yeah, guys, buy Onision $100 Mega Blocks. Come on. You know, the gun emoji doesn't really have the same energy. Dude, this is ridiculous. Why the fuck would anybody buy this shit for Onision? Also, bad news, guys. He's really into Tifa. I actually think his sex doll that he owns is themed after Tifa, by the way. Diesel, Throne isn't about the things you put on there. It's about the things your fans put on there and look at in horror. Let's see. Is there anything else we should click on here? Should we click on his blog? Let's see what Onision's been up to. The AI art is just so gross looking, dude. Let's see. Growing up, one of the first things I did online was launch my own message boards. Dude, I can't speak today. I don't know what's wrong with me. Like I'm sober, but message boards have been a constant throughout my life since I was in grade school. These are just communities that I build to engage with them naturally because I don't like interacting with people that much in real life. I like sitting in front of my computer, exploring politics, philosophy, and religion. Bro, you ain't Diogenes, okay? You're fucking just a guy who shits in his room, okay? Like, fucking, bro, come on. Go outside, okay? You don't become a philosopher sitting in front of your computer. You become a fucking loser. Just who I am, antisocial while being social online. Online sociality does not replace in real life socials. Anyway, the new forum is people who are 18 plus, featuring content appropriate for all audiences, just like many of the forums before. Personally, I find it difficult to relate to most people, even in their 20s, but there are many people who are actually on a level and really smart despite being in their mid-20s. If you don't know what I mean, watch the show Love is Blind to find even some people in their 30s being completely unrelatable and incredibly dim. Example, in a recent episode of Love is Blind, the women gathered together and laughed and mocked the men they're with and disrespected them while objectifying them. This is insane, immature, unacceptable behavior. Dude, it's reality TV, Onision, okay? Fucking, we go to laugh at the funny people on the screen. That's it. Isn't he like 40? Why is he related to 20-year-olds? Because he hasn't aged since over a decade ago, okay? Listen, he's geriatric, all right? Yes, obviously I am above reality television. Oh, he's got a new website. Wow, why is the performance on this website so bad? By the way, no h.ttps on this website. My connection is not secure. My information is not secure on his fucking forums. But whatever. Dude, this forum, the performance of this website is so bad. Biggest Ick by James, October 6th. Dude, this is so old. God, the performance is so bad. Look at the Biggest Ick. One of the biggest icks in my life was a dude manhandling this woman on Love is Blind. He had no social awareness. It was horrific. To be honest, this is how Leo was cuddling Brittany on the couch. Is there a moment on TV show or life that made you feel this way? This is weird. This is weird as fuck. What? My biggest ick I've ever felt is the scene in Lovely Bones when Susie goes down to the bunker with Mr. Harvey. The way he looks and speaks to her made my skin crawl off my body. Boy, it's been a while. The Lovely Bone... I can't remember. It's been a long time. Let's see what else. My biggest ick I've ever... Insane response, by the way. It's just... my biggest ick I've ever felt is on the reality TV is Jason and Kyle from Unexpected. Jason is the biggest red flag of a man ever. Who are these people? Okay, this is clearly Onision and all. What are we doing? We're exploring Onision's depth. Dude, this is the lamest forum ever, okay? This is the lamest forum ever. These aren't the depths I like. Dude, this Kate lady has been a moderator for Onision forever. Like, this has been a faithful of his forever. I am very curious to know what this kind of person is like. Like, Onision is one thing, but the people who have been orbiting him for the past decade, those are the people that I'm interested in. What kind of person are you that is you, you know? Oh no. Oh no. Underneath his politics section. You know what? Because Onision doesn't think Democrats control the weather, I'm going to take the contrarian position of actually the Democrats control the weather, guys. Can we have dancing fruit? Dude, it's insane that these people still hang out around him. Which, by the way, this is almost identical to his old forum. I think he was just purging accounts, and that's why he did this. But this, this is just not, this is so boring on this fucking forum. Like, you know, people can, like, poo-poo all over Kiwi farms, but at least shit happens there. I have launched a new forum. Why? Because Discord is awful. I just felt that way. I just feel that way. I'm, like, so old. I know. 2. Plus, when you post here, it actually matters, meaning it stays here. It doesn't just disappear after a little while. It increases your post count, increases your status. Discord is so crap, bro. Ah, all right. You know, guys, let's think about why Onision isn't using fucking Discord, okay? And he purged the entire site. Dude purged the entire fucking site. Quality over quantity. If you were one of the ones deleted, just sign up again and actually post so it doesn't happen again. Yeah, Discord will ban you, yeah. It would be too obvious if Onision was using Discord. That would not help him at all. Oh, shit. God, the website does... Dude, he has to, like, pay for the hosting and shit. Like, what a waste of fucking money. Oh, my God. Oh, here's a video with him and Sear from 13 years ago. Look, it's Sear, guys. It's Sear. August the Duck posted another Costco video. Yeah, I'm sure it's really just a super good piece of internet commentary journalism. God, I understand why, you know, people are like, you know, so there was a time, chat, when being like goth or alternative was edgy, right? And you were made fun of for it. But these days, it's kind of part of the monoculture thanks to TikTok. So it's not really like too outrageous to be alternative, right? But 13 years ago, it was. And I gotta be frank, if this is what we were watching when we were all alternative teenagers, which I was one of them, so I remember I was. I understand why people make fun of us, because this is cringe. Also, him being Ryuka's. Jesus Christ. It's not really all stuff being mainstream, but a sanitized version of alt culture. I don't know. Every single subculture is like a pastiche of what it really was. Like everything's like a marketable gimmick version of what it was originally. I don't know. That's what it feels like everything is now.
What are you doing?
What year was this? 2011. It's the same joke for the 2 minutes, bro. It's just the same 2 minutes of the same jokes. My favorite like YouTuber trope is like the house with no paintings on the wall or no pictures on the wall. I know he bought like an extra house for recording, which was insane and stupid, right? But this is like, dude, okay, first of all, if you're past the age of 23, go put a fucking picture on the wall, okay? Go put something on the wall. I don't give a shit what it is, okay? But if I walk into your house and it looks like fucking serial killer alley with like 2 pieces of furniture and nothing on the wall, you fucking stop, okay? You're a grown man. Go put something on the fucking wall. Go get a hobby, bitch. Fauci's apartment. I thought I was gonna get murdered. Fauci. Go get a painting. Fauci, you like music. Okay, put some vinyl on the wall or something. Diesel, what's worse, having nothing on the wall or having Shatman art on the wall? I mean, really, it's a pick your poison of the criminal type of way, you know? It's like, what kind do you want, right? Do you want a predator or a P-word predator? Death Note parodies. That's an obscene amount of Death Note parodies. It's too many. Onision's a wife leaves him for a woman. Oh, God. Why is he cat spraying? Female cat in heat at Onision's house. What? Why has that got 2 million views?
Hey everyone, Blair Bear 13 informed me that my cat actually projectiled something out of her backside when she was in heat, and I didn't.
Don't click that. How could I not click that? I want to see what Greg is doing. Why did you click? Hold on. I'll watch it without sharing. All right. 2 million people viewed this. This is 2008.
See it until she actually told me. If you check out the old video, you'll see that she did score something out. And if you know what it is, please tell me.
Grab a barf bag, kids.
Who's tapping?
Oh, ew, she's never done that. You're ew.
Ew.
I don't want to touch her.
Ew.
Hey, come here, look.
Did you see it? Why did she do that? Is it a normal? Has it happened to your cat?
Hey.
Is he doing the reply? This is like a reply girl video.
Anyway, this
He has not spayed his cat, though. That is exactly what is happening. Exactly. Somebody call up Vito, okay? Someone call up Vito right now, right this instant. That cat needs to be treated.
is Kaboo, and she is recovering from being spayed. She got her belly.
Okay, they got her spayed. Thank Christ. Jesus Christ. Why would you share that? Fucking weird. What's the first video Onision has publicly available on his channel? Definitely not his first video ever, but Borderlands talk inspired me, so I drew you as one. Let me go take a gander, Lunar. You know, the thing is, the movie would have been much better if I was in it. You know, that would have really made it better. Just saying. Actually, there's no helping that movie. I hate that movie. Honestly, top 5. Like you know, there's something to be said about when you actively hate something. You know, that's how much I dislike it. Like, I'm passionate about it. You would make it better. Oh, we'll watch one more old Onision video, okay? This one is great. This is a classic.
Let me stand up straight for you. Let me represent. Let me pretend I respect you. But first,
This guy, like, this was like a big red flag. The fact we didn't realize 15 years ago that there was something wrong with this fucking guy is astounding, right?
let me vent. Don't be scared of the facts. You fear me making the call. You're afraid of the truths I tell. You wish I would just go AWOL. I'm so death machine.
You know the thing is though, right? Like, I have friends in the military. You know, they just sit in a fucking tent for like fucking 6 months and then go back to the base where they get Burger King from a van, and then they just transfer back out and go home and just be like, I'm bored. Okay? Is this when he tried to join the military and he washed out because he failed the personality test? Well, I think he was deployed in Korea for a point in time. The Kubrick stare. Yeah, he was deployed in South Korea. So he did nothing, basically. He just sat in like an office.
I'm so heroic.
We probably aren't doing the Thorpe stuff tonight. I did hear about the Thorpe updates though.
I'm so military. I'm so prehistoric.
Like, that doesn't, like, some of the shit he's saying literally makes no sense even with context, right? But it's like, I went to South Korea, lol, what branch? I think he was in the army.
Let me tell you
He was in the army or the Air Force, either one of those.
a story about a boy. He grew up believing in freedom and choice. Yet when he joined the military, they took his freedom and silenced his voice.
Yeah, from what I remember, he claims he was a conscientious objector. I think he was Air Force, then it was Air Force. Yeah, it was the Air Force. But I do remember him claiming he was a conscientious objector. But yeah, he's like talking like he's an Iraq veteran who saw combat or something. But he's like a Chair Force Andy who sat around in South Korea. You know? It was the Air Force. He was at Osan Air Base. Osan Air Base has a fucking Chili's on it.
He said he was against every form of killing. In Korea, he found the world was gray.
I'm sorry. He went to South Korea and found that the world was morally gray. Dude, if you're in South Korea and you're constantly hearing about like fucking North Korea and like, I'm sorry. That can't be like, North Korea is like some of the easiest like to villainize country ever. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I do you know how many people would be chomping at the bit to be like, let me go kill some North Koreans? Like I can't even, like, liberating North Korea of a dictator sounds like the most just cause ever.
He told you he found his morals and religion, and yet you've ignored him even to this day. Let me tell them what you did in the desert.
He literally couldn't have been more removed from the Iraq-Afghanistan war, guys, okay? I was at Osan. We literally had Margarita Mondays, lol. Best part of being in Korea was getting Warhammer figures for 1/3 the price because of the conversion of USD to Korean won. Killjoy, this is great to learn. This is really great to learn.
Let me tell them about the families you've killed. War is so patriotic, and you're heroes. But if it was your family, I'm sure you wouldn't be so thrilled. Is this the house of the enemy? I don't know. Screw it. Let's raid it anyway. Let's kill every—
Why is he talking like he'd be the guy who's like busting down a door? Okay? He not only would he not be in the Air Force, bro, he's like treating it like he's US Army Rangers, like scout infantry. Like, guys, good friend of mine is Lord Vega, right? You've probably heard of Lord Vega, right? He's on the fucking Half Baked podcast. You get Vega talking, he'll tell you some fucking stories about his time in Afghanistan. Okay, he's a hard fucking guy. All right, the shit he talks about is wild. All right, fucking Onision, not having any of that problem. Okay, the world that Vega came from couldn't have been any more different than the way Onision is portraying it.
everyone inside and call ourselves patriots. The government will cover us the whole way. It's all fine and dandy, as long as Johnny Boy comes back. But Johnny is now a murderer.
I understand like the moral ambiguity of 21st century war, but it's so funny to have Onision of all people being the judge of character on that. Like, Jesus.
Your real son died in Iraq.
Dude, okay, you literally saw no combat, bro. What are you talking about? You're talking like you were there, bro. You're talking like you were there when Saddam Hussein got killed, bro.
Welcome to the world we live in, where boys grow to be wicked and cruel. We are just—
guys, I can't even begin to tell you how much the military is just a bunch of people in their, like, late teens to early 20s sitting around doing fuck all nothing and being bored out of their minds. Literally, like, all my homies who were in the military, I have a friend right now. He worked really hard to be— he's like in the Rangers. He's a part of like the teams that, you know, would breach a room and all that stuff, and they practice, right? So he got stationed, and he got stationed in Poland because of the Ukraine war, right? All he would do was call home and be like, "I'm bored. It's cold," and that would be all his calls home.
more demons of the desert. And yet we have the whole country fooled. I'm not going to stand by and comply.
At Diesel IRL, so he wanted the SERE, Survival, Evasion, Resistance, and Escape. SERE is a special forces job that teaches pilots what to do when they get stuck behind enemy lines. He washed out of SERE. Okay. Is that something people usually wash out of, or is he just like really like weak and cringe? Is it like what's the takeaway here if you wash out of that?
Hi, sir. I'm not going to let you turn me into a killer, sir. You know I'm the only person in the military with integrity, because I'm the only—
Also, I work for vehicle maintenance, and so my guys don't just do nothing. Okay, the people who do like logistics stuff like that, incredibly important, right? It's like a thankless job. I will say my friend though was just like, he would just sit there in base, and he was like, well, if I get the call, it means the world's ending, so I hope nothing happens. But then also in the same respect, this is not what I signed up for, and I trained really hard to not sign up for this. But they stationed him there. He was originally going to be somewhere much more dangerous from what I remember, but then he ended up in Poland because the war happened.
One who refuses to murder mindlessly. Sir, you signed the dotted line. I signed believing
He washed out of SERE because he refused to eat a rabbit. Really? Wow. SERE is the least intensive special forces job. It has the lowest bar for entry compared to TACP. SERE is pronounced SEER. Okay. Thank you. Bro, the military loves their fucking acronyms, man. Holy shit. You guys are just a bunch of acronym Andes. It's a bunch of acronym Andes, man. Just say it's like the fucking eat rabbit training. Oh shit.
lie. Now I found my destiny. But we'll put you in jail if you say no. I understand that.
Dude, he really does have the Kubrick stare. That's fucking rough.
Well, and your prison is next to liberty. I won't kill women and children like you have. Everyone has friends and family. How would you feel if I killed your family?
Dude's like, I left the military because I didn't want to kill families. But in reality, he just didn't want to fucking kill and eat a rabbit.
I see. Ignorance is your only reality. They say we're imprisoned and obligated. They say we'll go to jail and they'll throw away the key. But I'd rather be in jail than contributing to their war. I'd rather have a pure soul over being a tool of liberty. Judge me as if you know me.
Oh my god, Onision. Dude, look at all these links. Dude, this is painful. This is too many links. Dude, Onision was on Deezer. Imagine listening to Onision's music on Deezer. Guys, hold on. Let me pull up my iHeartRadio. I gotta listen to this bop. The bop in question. Ain't nobody letting the iHeartRadio guy control the aux. What the fuck is a Deezer? I think that's a slur, actually. No way I used to think this guy is hot in my teens. Big L. Well, the thing is like when you're a teen, you think this guy's like really based and like understands the universe, but he's just like a fucking doofus. So he washed out of SEER into security forces, which is the gate guards. Lol, it's the shittiest job you could probably get because you work insane hours. But yeah, SEER gets a lot of Gregs. Holy shit. Wow. Hmm. You know, I meant to talk about the fucking Mr. Yeast stuff. Guys, I just want to remind us of Rosanna for a second here. Hold on. You guys remember this with Rosanna, Pansino, and the Beast Game stuff? I hear words behind the scenes that some things be happening, by the way. Okay. I can't talk about it right now, but things do be happening. Let's just remember Rosanna's impetus, not impetus, but like reason for doing things. Okay, she wants to collab with Dogpack.
People ever ask you about it? Like, oh, what's obviously you've done.
Remember, this is about the this is right after the hide and seek drama happened a year ago. Okay.
much with Mr. Beast? Do they ever, like, your fans ever ask you?
Well, I've always been supportive. I'm still supportive.
Yeah.
When he launched the chocolate bars
Feastables.
and all the other projects, even Carl releasing those gummies, Mike, because I genuinely like supporting people. I just don't understand why the support doesn't come back.
People ever ask you about it?
Why doesn't the support come back? I supported Mr. Beast. I was like, big fan of the Feastables, Mr. Beast. And then he said, hey, I don't give a fuck about you. Basically, at Osan, your job as security forces is to herd drunk people through the gate at 11 p.m. as curfew is approaching. And 300 pissed drunk people are shuffling through your ECP with Turkish donor. Oh my god. Didn't Mr. Beast message her privately? Yeah, I think he tried to settle things with her because she kept like fucking popping off. And it was like and she basically had nothing to go on back then, right? But this year, she's kind of tied herself closely with Dogpack as like a voice for women, quote unquote. And I'm certain the stuff that Mr. Beast is going to answer for, right? But I do hear the response videos in the works. I know everybody's been saying that forever, right? Mr. Beast lied. He said he's going to build wells in Africa. Where the fuck is my well, Mr. Beast? So the thing is like, I've heard like many, because I've gone around and I've gone asking with people who've worked with Mr. Beast. And I've heard good things and I've heard okay things. Or I've heard like, but okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing that is really frustrating with me about Mr. Beast, because a lot of the like complaints have gotten insane, right? Like, calling him a war criminal is wild because he's not in a conflict. And so we don't judge Mr. Beast by the Geneva Convention because he's not a state actor in a war or like a supranational, like non-related state actor in a national or civil conflict, right? So to do that is really stupid. And like, that's the level of where the criticism is at. And it's not very reasonable or... Okay, but it sounds cool to call him a war criminal, Diesel. Yeah, that's true. I would also like to be called a war criminal. You guys can start doing that now. I am a war criminal. I am the big boss of Little Guys Incorporated, okay? But, like, the other thing that kind of frustrates me is the, oh, he's so much about the money thing, which is just like, guys, it's YouTube. Like, I stream and I enjoy what I'm doing, but this gets me money doing this, right? Like, people have donated, ads have ran on stream. That's how things work. And I saw this on r/YouTube drama. Yeah, the drama has devolved to Mr. Beast is the Antichrist, the evil money man. Yeah, that's basically it, and it's very frustrating. I thought you were the mafia boss of commentary. Nah, that's Nick Diorio. And I like Chris and I like Sea-Dog. I think they're both really funny and talented people. But this whole mentality that some YouTubers have of like, oh, I don't want to be making too much money. Oh, making too much money would be gross. Like, I'm in this for the love, not about the money. Guys, we need to pay bills. We live in a society. Things cost money. What up, Westside Tyler? Right? Like, things fucking cost dollars, right? Like, so for people to be like, guys, I'm not in this for the money. I actually care. Guys, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Like, you take a fucking sponsorship for Japanese snacks that came from China and were dropshipped to America, all right? Don't tell me that you give a shit, all right? Because at a certain point, you got to put your hands up in there and go, I like fucking money. That's just the reality of it, all right? Like, it's like people being like, oh, I can't believe Diesel started a coffee company. You know, I thought he was just like coffee for the love of coffee. It's like, yeah, I do like coffee for the love of coffee, but let's just like, you know, I have to like, you know, pay taxes, guys. Tyler, I'm telling Diesel what Korea was like for Onision, lol. Dude, Onision, fucking, these military histories, bruh. What two things can be true at once? You can love what you do, but also like the money. See, but admitting you like the money is considered a bad thing. There are a lot of people who don't want to acknowledge that, right? And this is something that happens. It's like a creative field thing. This only happens in creative fields, right? Because I have friends that are like, you know, fucking just like doctors and shit. And I never hear them talking about it like that at all, right? It's like strictly something that happens only in the arts, right? Where people are like, oh, you know, I'm in this for the love of it. The money's nice. You know, I do this even if I made no money. Well, buddy, I'm sure you would fucking slow down if you were making no money. Okay? Like, come on, guys. It's 20, not to do the it's current year thing, but like, dude, we already make so much fucking, like this is a business. Okay? Like, things can be two things. Yeah, I like the money. Like, why wouldn't I, right? But I picked up teaching again, mainly because I didn't want to be terminally online all the time, right? But the money's also great. The pay is good. And I need to pay bills. So, like, I have responsibilities to people. Yeah, I love making art, but I do charge, and I charge a lot, Lamau. Yeah, like, I don't, like, it's like if you get successful, but you still maintain that starving artist mentality that you're like, oh, no, I'm not in this for the money. I'm not like that.
It's even in the media. If you're a rich creative, that means you're a sellout rather than you just getting paid for your talent.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. And sometimes it is the sellout, right? But other times, you know, talent begets a higher price tag. Like, that's what happens. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know if that comes from a personal insecurity thing or like what's the word? Like an imposter syndrome. But it's ridiculous because you're like a talented, efficient, well-working artist. Like, can you not be like so fucking like twee about it? Like, dude, like, we make money and we make good money. Just say it. I like the money and I enjoy the getting a sponsor. That's great. It makes it easier for me to pay the bills. Like, I don't, like, is that wrong? I guess because the site started out with people you sing it as a hobby thing, but we grew up with this mainly. It makes us feel different about it. But when people admit that they're a YouTuber and make a lot, yeah. Well, like again, I started this as a hobby with no intention of making money, right? And then it became a job, and then it unbecame a job, and then it became a job again with me being a streamer, right? And I make okay money now. I make the same amount of money I did before, and it's great. Like, I have no fucking complaints about it, right? But for some reason, being open about the money you make is all of a sudden a hush-hush taboo conversation. And it's like, why? Why is this always a conversation with YouTubers? One of the good things I think that Mr. Beast has done in the industry, not about anything else, I'm just talking about in the YouTuber industry, is the openness to talk about how the business works, how the meat gets made, right? That's good, right? You should know, oh, what is the actual salary for a YouTuber like? A lot of guys, even bigger guys, don't make that much money, right? And then some do make a lot of money because they're better businessmen.
Yeah, tell him, Pappy.
Conversations about money have always been taboo, but there's no reason for it. 100%, Greg. Well, that's why I'm open about it. Because, like, why? Everybody's like, oh, YouTube said I can't tell you how much money I make. Who? Where? I didn't sign no fucking paper that said I couldn't talk about how much money I make. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I didn't sign shit for that. I can tell you how much I make. I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you how much. Listen, I mean, I could show you how much I made on stream right now, right? It's chat revenue is $35.99 on this stream. Okay? There we go. Nobody told me I couldn't say that. All right? Ad rev is down because I picked up a job, so I haven't been able to stream this much. Right now, before YouTube takes a cut, is something like $660, right? Last time I checked. Diesel makes about $12 an hour. Thank you. But the point is that conversations like this instantly become taboo. And I get it, right? Maybe it's because Diesel's smaller, so the amounts of money are more reasonable to somebody who has a normal job. But even if I was making like insane amounts of money, I'd say it, right? Which is like oh, well, you say that now, but you're not in the situation, right? At my peak, I was earning like 32,000 a year, right? Doing YouTube, okay? As a 170 some odd subscriber YouTuber, I was making around 32 grand a year, right? That's what I was making. It was okay, but it was great money for somebody who was like 18, 19. Isn't it illegal to prohibit employees to talk about wages? Yeah. And I know we have fuck, what did Makari say earlier? I've been yapping so much. It should be more open about the money as a whole because it's inevitably part of it all. People also don't think about the time and labor. That's why most of the Etsy shop stuff is a fail technically. I mean, yeah, and like one of the things that I've had lots of conversations with some of my friends who are artists, right? Where they don't charge a lot. And I'm like, no, you're a professional. You should charge more. You're worth more. And a lot of what I see with YouTubers is the same kind of energy that conversation has, you know? But it's like, I hate the angle where it's like, oh, well, I don't like those YouTubers. They're all about the money. Well, you can be about the money and also not be like frustrating. Because I have friends who are very good business people as YouTubers. And like, they're not massive fucking walking pieces of shit. Maybe, listen, Mr. Beast is a big guy. I'm sure it's a very complicated case that has been boiled down to something very stupid. Okay? But to boil it down to, well, you know, the money corrupted him is just... Guys, it's an attention economy, okay? I get paid based on how much attention I can grab of you, right? I get paid more the more attention I grab. That's it. Like, and anybody I've commissioned, I've always tipped very well because I'm like, well, you kind of could earn more. Nah, Mr. Beast was brain rot before he got all the money. Well, the thing is, brain rot is just how we're explaining something keeping people's attention, right? This is the attention economy. YouTube is the attention economy, right? I know we don't want to like talk about it like that, but that's just what it is, right? YouTube shorts, YouTube longs, fucking streams, all of this. Some of you have been here I've been streaming for 3 hours. Some of you have been here the whole 3 hours. I've kept your attention in the attention economy for 3 hours. Even if I'm on a second monitor, I'm still there, right? So I still get the money for you being here, right? That's how it works. We get rewarded on how much attention we can grab. The only thing that's changed is that people are understanding the psychology of how to keep people's attention better, right? And as we get better at doing that, things become more attention grabbing, which is a conversation to have, right? I think at a certain point, it does get a little like unhealthy for the brain, but on my main monitor, Poppy, I'm locked in. What's wrong with wanting money? I see this with so many streamers, though. They get punished for getting donations or getting punished for having a sponsor. I don't... It's like certain communities have that more than others. And one of the annoying parts about r/YouTube drama is that they're very much like against that. They come from like this, I don't even know where it fucking comes from. Like it's all born out of like H-Bomber guy's fucking lab coat wearing ass. Which again, I think H-Bomber guy is very like, he's very good at keeping attention. I'm sure he makes really good money. Okay. But like in the same breath, I don't even think he could talk about it without some of his audience getting really fucking offended. But he probably makes really decent money. Yeah, Mr. Beef never claimed to be good per se. He just did stuff for attention, and we apply our own morals onto him. But it's like, God, this fucking mentality of the like, oh, people can't earn money is like insane, dude. I hate the like fucking moral frogging like sponsors is like insane. Like, obviously, if a sponsor just straight up doesn't provide a service, I get it. Okay, if it just doesn't provide, if it just doesn't work, right? But it's like, what is it? Binging with Babish recently got shit for like taking a BetterHelp sponsor, and he had to make a statement saying that like, I was aware of what BetterHelp did in the past, and we looked at it and determined we're cool with running it now, right? Here, I actually found it. Hold on. There's understandably controversy around BetterHelp. Guys, the BetterHelp controversy is 5 years old. Critical Role got flack for from their fans for doing a Wendy's sponsorship. What, like, do you honestly, genuinely care? Like, dude, I can't believe that's insane that people would get fucking mad about that. Oh my God. Get that bread. I love money. Can I get some bread in chat? There's understandably controversy around BetterHelp. I researched the privacy and licensing issues that they had in the past, and more than anything, I was convinced that they were worth working with after reading a post by John Decker over at Cinema Therapy, link below, which extensively outlines the various criticisms. While they've sold browser data in the past, never clinical data, they've since changed their practices to strictly comply with privacy regulations. All their therapists are licensed and vetted. I personally use the service and have had a great experience with my therapist. While BetterHelp might not have a perfect history as they stand now, I believe they're an effective way to provide therapy for those who don't normally have access to it. All that being said, I'm hearing the criticism loud but here. I stand behind my statement above, but we're viewing our partnership with them. Wait, the CEO of Scentbird said Hitler was good? What? Oh my God. I mean, my personal feelings on BetterHelp is that I'd much prefer therapy in person. I know telemed's like really popular right now, but like, I don't know. It's not for me, man. But if they offered me $2,000, you know, I'd say yes, bitch. I would only run a Scentbird ad if I could read out the insane things the CEO has said. I'm so funny. I'm so in love with myself. Use code D10 for your brain help over at Mana Potion Coffee, by the way. Oh my God. My streamer is so humble. Buy Mana Potion Coffee and you'll see God. No, we cannot say that we'll do that. It's about the quality of the therapist for me, not the telehealth aspects. We were just joking about Raid Shadow. Listen, you know why Raid Shadow Legends is a great sponsor? I'll tell you, I'm not under NDA with them anymore. It was a 3-year NDA. I gave them an outrageous number. Outrageous. I was like, everybody's gonna be annoyed that I do a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship. So I was just like, big number. No contest. They said yes. And I was like, shh, I didn't know I could go that high. I didn't know you'd just say yes to that. That's why you take Raid Shadow Legends. I will also say, though, that was the start of my gacha addiction. So, you know, take that for what you will. They also gave me like a bunch of free pulls. So, that unironically was the start of my gacha addiction was Raid Shadow Legends. They like pimped out my account. Oh shit. The monkey paw curls, yeah. See, honestly, Raid isn't even that bad. See, the response to that is that the company makes slot machines. Nikkei makes porn. I don't know. My favorite thing was seeing Raid right before loot boxes were destroying the gaming video for like 2 years. Yeah, like, I would much prefer... What's that other, like... There's a few phone game sponsors that are pretty common. I would, in a heartbeat, I would take a Nikkei sponsorship, dude. I would take a Nikkei sponsorship. I'll take a Fortnite creator code for Nikkei. I don't give a fuck. Oh, the last war? Guys, have you seen these, by the way? Hold on. I know I'm just, like, doing a yap stream right now. Homelander. Dude, these ads are insane, dude. Holy shit.
Is this your high score?
Oh, yeah. But why am I in danger?
Because you're beating me in Last War Survival.
Oh. Oops. Oh, look, game over for me.
All in a day's work. Is Jackson here? Looks like he needs saving too. Download.
So I don't know why, but like this game, which by the way, have you ever seen these ads? This game is like insane, by the way, right?
Stupid game isn't real. It's called Last War. It's going viral because the developers made a real game based off the fake game and the ads. Watch. Okay, here we go. Last War. All right.
Like, you could just tell he's not playing the fucking game.
I'm multiplying, which is great because I need to kill all these little red men, and there's more of me to do it. Shooting the tires out, killing more, scoring points.
Dude, he's just phoning it in, man. He's phoning it in.
Points. Yeah, oh! And now there's a lot more of me, which is better to shoot all these tires. It's great. Now I'm gonna multiply into a whole gang.
He's such a good actor, yet here's this shitting acting. Like, get that back up.
Of blue guys to take out the red guys, particularly this big...
Yeah, I know it's like rage bait marketing, right? And I've like downloaded these games before, and then it's like a fucking Farmville game, and it's just, bro, it happens all the time. Why? Just give me the real thing. Why do I keep getting a Farmville game?
Red guy, and he took me out with one punch. Download Last War.
The money must be insane. To be fair, this is very in character for Homelander. Yeah, I actually own that game. It's called it's called Yeah, Those Games. You want those games, right? So here you go. Now let's see you clear them. It's actually pretty good. I actually enjoy it quite a bit. It's by some people who worked on Katamari Damacy. I love those awful ads. They're so hypnotic. Oh my god. The attention economy wins again, chat. Anyway, it's 10:20. People need to go to bed, so I am going to go eat. I hope you all had a wonderful evening. Jorking it or whatever the fuck you do while watching me. But take care, guys. Be well. It's 7 p.m. Yeah, but that you live in a fake time zone. Later, guys.